Come on. Yeah, the fabulous 8-Bit Bros program. You can check them out here on Ironic Radio Network. 8-Bit Bros. That's number 8. Then bit. Then bros. One word. I strongly encourage you to stay tuned for that. And if you want, they also have a Facebook page and a much better live show. Anyway, 8-Bit Bros, 8 p.m., Ironic Radio Network.
It's 8 o'clock, and you know what that means.
What up, people? This is another episode of the 8-Bit Bros coming live at your earballs from our fallout shelters, respectively. We're all on lockdown. We can't go nowhere, no stores, no nothing, unless you live in North Carolina. With that being said, not a kid-friendly show. Adult language, adult content. Do the right thing, people. Put your kids in the closet.
I'd like to run this PSA right now for all you stupid people out there.
Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? My Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, your sister's ass, the Pony Express. A very ticked off Vic here. You know what ticks me off? People who still act like assholes during a pandemic. Okay, first of all, I got to believe that there are more good people in this world than there are bad people. Unfortunately, it's the bad ones that just get my blood boiling, and it needs to be addressed. First of all, I'm still seeing in the news, but there is still a lot of stupid, ignorant, arrogant pieces of shit who aren't abiding by the social distance rule. They're gathering on beaches, in their homes, in their backyards, having parties. Do you fucking assholes realize that you may not get sick, but you could carry the virus? In fact, you can infect somebody else, like your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your son, your daughter, your grandmother, your grandfather, the mailman, whoever. What part don't you understand, you fucking moron? I don't want to be quarantined any more than you, but I know it's saving lives. Plus, I was brought up to respect and obey authorities. My kids live in Scotland. God knows I'll see them again. They're asking you to stay in your house. How fucking hard is that? All right. So I went for a walk today because you're allowed to go for a walk. Me and my wife needed to get fresh air, and on my walk, I saw something that really turned my stomach. Used mask and used gloves just thrown in the streets. You gotta be a fucking special fucking kind of degenerate, cocksucking, motherfucking prick, scumbag, arrogant, ignorant, useless piece of shit to do something like that. Do you have any idea that if you throw a used mask or used gloves out on the street, it could possibly have the virus? You could be a carrier, and now that mask and glove is out in the street, and somehow that virus is out in the open because you are too fucking stupid and lazy to just bring it to your house and dispose of it properly. You make me sick. Okay, let's talk about the next kind of pieces of shit in the human race. How about companies who are price gouging? How dare you take advantage of a pandemic so you can make more money? To you, I say, go fuck yourself. But wait, there's more. At the very beginning of this pandemic, I did a video called Gloves and Soap. It was a video it was a farce. It was making fun of the mass hysteria of people who go out and shop as if there's no tomorrow. If everybody would have just continued to shop normally, there would be no shortage of anything. But because you're a selfish, inconsiderate idiot who hoards shit, that's why the situation is what it is now. I hope you rot in your house and die a slow, painful death. Then shortly after I made that funny video, I posted a very serious one, giving a shout out to all the healthcare workers who are out on the front line. Some douchebag comments, "Oh, I see you're changing your tune now." Okay, fuckface. If you're watching this video, I'm speaking directly to you, motherfucker. You see, shit for brains, there's a time to be funny, and there's a time to be serious. When I go to Hallmark to buy a card for my wife, I get a card from the serious section and the funny section. What part of this doesn't your pea-sized brain understand? Lastly, I would love to address all the keypad warriors who comment on the social media from the safety of their homes like a bunch of fucking cowards using a fake account, no less. I actually got a lot of thumbs down and negative comments on the video where I did a shout out for the healthcare workers. The social media is like a double-edged sword to me. Without it, I wouldn't have the following that I have today. But unfortunately, like every good thing that humans create, they have to fuck it up. The social media truly and honestly reveals of what a sad, sick, evil society we are living in right now. It sickens me that so many good, innocent people are dying from this awful virus. And what I'm about to say, I mean it 100% from the heart. I just wish that instead of the people who are dying now, it was all the people I just mentioned above. And to all the mutants who got offended by the language in this video, well, fuck you too. To all the good humans out there, all I can say is be safe, be smart, listen to the experts and not the assholes on the social media, and we shall prevail. God bless you, God bless us all, and God bless America.
8-Bit Bros. Late edition. Early edition? I don't even know what the fuck edition this is anymore. We wanted to run that because, you know, we do a lot of joking. We do a lot of kidding. People always tell me I'm a dick. But he brings up fucking good points across everything. Have you not seen everything he's talking about happen right now?
Yeah, you wanted me to come to your house to do the show tonight.
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Because we need social interaction. This shit.
No, there is none. It's zero, bro.
No, there's not. Because because you can go see your family, you can go see your fucking friends, and as long
Right.
as
They prefer that you not.
They prefer you
that
don't.
you don't not go see. They
I know.
prefer that you only stay in contact with people who you live under the same roof with.
I know.
And you maintain social distancing at that point in time is their
I was
recommendation.
going to say, just based on what
No,
you just
no,
said,
no,
you are
no,
one of the
Yeah.
people.
You are wrong because I put it out there. New York State Health Department said, and I quote, at this time, have sex. It's the best thing to cure the anxiety. What you shouldn't do during sex is eat ass. So they're not promoting social distancing at home.
So he's quoting New York but lives in New Jersey, where the laws are completely different.
Yeah, that's something I talked about yesterday.
By one day.
You know, Governor Murphy's sitting
Nope.
here going, it started at 250, it went to 50, it went to 10, now it's zero. Zero interaction. If you want to go outside and go to a park, great. Go outside and go to a park, go for a walk, go for a run, walk your dog, do your thing. Maintain social distancing. When you're at home, the best thing you could do for each other is maintain social distancing. Obviously, none of us are going to do that part because if you get it,
Well, that's
your
why they say
girlfriend's going to
within
get
your-
it.
within
If your
your own
girlfriend gets it,
household, yeah.
you're going to get it.
Yeah, within your own household, there's a certain amount of control that can be had,
But not really. With the reports that came out today that said a cough or breathing the air, coronavirus travels 25 feet and stays in the air 5 to 6 hours.
Does anybody want to do shots with the rest of the crew? They're all on the phone right now. We're all doing shots together. It's a virtual shot.
I could go pour something. I'd need a good 35, 40 seconds.
Go ahead. You can finish your point, though. You can finish your point.
My point is, none of us are going to do that level of social distancing because if you're in the same household and one of you was exposed, or in my situation, I work with a frontline worker. Thump has a frontline worker. Very similar situations. The odds on chances of our significant other gets it, we're gonna get it.
yeah,
Right.
But I'm not talking on that level. I'm talking about people coming and going from your house that don't live there.
Right. Like you wanted me to come to do the show.
Hold
Sorry,
on.
bro, not doing that.
No, it was a joke. It was a joke just to bring this type of conversation up. Do you want to go?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. A, not to do it to you. B, we already had a conversation that there may or may not have been exposure
what
on
I'm
your
trying-
side.
Right.
So I can't put her at risk when she's healthy on the front line.
Yeah, no, without a doubt, because she's on the front line. You can't take that chance. I know that.
You know, it's just responsibility as a human
So-
being, not
so-
going anywhere and doing nothing.
Someone says he's doing a shot with you too.
All right, yeah. Do you want to get a shot, Ren?
Actually, he
Yeah,
said
I need to go get a shot.
Actually,
Go
what
ahead,
he
get a
said
shot.
was
Hold on.
he already did one.
Oh, let's let Ren
he'll
get.
probably do another one.
And no, I mean, I sent Ren the joke. Hey, dude, why don't you come over here and do the show? And he's like, nah, I'm good. I'd rather be safe, social distancing. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I get it. I mean, Donna had, yeah, IDK had asked. So I was like, let me just fucking throw it out there. It'd be good fodder for the show. Because when he said no, I just called him a pussy. What did she call him when I told her that, Ren said no, she said, pussy. But no, it's the right thing to do. It's totally the right thing to do. I saw my neighbors today. They threw rocks at the door, at the window, because Donna's babe's working right here now. So they like threw rocks at the fucking window until she was like, "Oh, okay." So we stood on the back porch, which you know where that is, while they sat in the chairs at the table, and we kind of just had a conversation, yelled at each other.
Mm-hmm.
All right, could we have been closer than that? Yeah, sure.
But why?
I mean, 6 feet. But why? I mean, now they're talking like 10 feet.
Yeah.
And
Well, like Ren just said, it's 25 feet with inside a domicile where it's resting
You're not
at any
getting away
given
from it.
moment.
Oh yeah, well now what did they say? If someone
Gentlemen, we'll consider this part of my payback for
for January. Okay.
ball bets.
Yeah, for January. Gotcha.
I told you I'd pay up
Yeah, no.
after my challenge.
I know that. Yeah, I know that. So now the news comes out. If you sneeze, this shit could spray around for 27 fucking feet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was pointing to.
Because the sneeze is what? Twice the speed of cum, 53 miles an hour versus 27 or some shit like that.
You would know.
Yes, I would. Cheers to their COVID lock-in. Sometimes you're just cheering everything and drinking anything anyway. So,
welcome to the South.
True that. But no, I wanted to run that.
And trust me, if you don't believe me, look to your new southern neighbors down there, the Sabs. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
They'll let you know. What do we do in the South? We may be religious drinkers.
True that. But Vic brought up a lot of good points, and it's shit I'm starting to see now on my little daily trip the last couple of days because I don't want to go buy bulk shit, which is what I'm going to have to do tomorrow with the stores closing at 7 p.m.
Got to give him
But-
Facebook.
But fucking just at the deli up the block.
See, I wouldn't.
Gloves
I
in
would.
the fucking street.
Hey, Ren, are you watching any chats? Like, do you have a video up anywhere?
I do not. I don't.
Right here.
See, that's why I specifically go to like a Buy Right or a Total Wines or something larger than your local deli, where you're going to get better pricing and buy bulk. It's cold enough outside. It's not freezing, but it's cold enough. Stick your beer outside and you're good to go.
True. Very true.
So I go out. I mean, granted, I live on a second floor, so I don't really have to worry about anyone coming up, running, and pilfering my beer. But, I'll go buy a case of Guinness and a case of Red Stripe, and I'm good. When I get to a 12-pack of Red Stripe or a 12-pack of Guinness, I go back to the store and I buy the same thing or something different. Today, New Jersey reinstituted the ability for craft brewers to deliver.
Yes,
I supported Jug Handle Brewing and an order for delivery of 2 8-packs. They will be here tomorrow. So Thursday, I will be drinking local.
Yeah.
And they're not price gouging either.
No.
I mean, it was $24.
I'm supporting my local places here because they don't price gouge, which was a huge fight on one of the Facebook boards. If you're local to me or know the stores I'm talking about, this poor bastard put up a case of water. He got he's loading up on household supplies, toilet paper, tissues, all sorts of shit. I said to him, I need horseradish. He goes, no problem. I'll have it for you tomorrow. Great. Household items. So he puts on the floor, I don't know, 20, 25 cases of water in a nice pyramid with a sign on it. The price, $5.99 for a case of water. The town went ballistic. Who the fuck? You're fucking ripping people off. I can go to ShopRite. Good luck. Good luck finding water at ShopRite, motherfucker. Good luck. Oh, BJ's? Yeah, good luck with that too. Well, it's $4.99 there. So I'm in the store the other day, and the owner's there, and we're having a bit of a conversation, and he says something, and I shake my head. I'm like, these fucking people, they're just so stupid. No, I will show you the receipt. No, I don't want to see the fucking receipt. I don't care. If I need a case of water, it's right there. I'm buying it. I don't give a fuck if you're selling it for $10.99. I'm buying it. His receipt was $5.24 a case.
Oh.
He put it on the floor for $5.99. 74-cent markup. Do you see a problem with that?
No, because he's not buying the bulk that larger places like your grocery stores and any place else is.
Thank you. That's why BJ's and fucking Acme or wherever the fuck you shop.
Yeah, but you're also forgetting that all these big block places, your Costco's, your BJ's, your Acme's, your ShopRites,
$2
they also
case.
but also they have their own house brand water that they're selling for $2.99 a case. That's
Yes.
what people go buy. It's not Poland Spring or Aquafina or
$4.99 is your average price of a name brand water.
$3.99 to $4.99 depending on where you buy it.
Yeah.
Quick Check, you're spending $4.99 because it's Quick Check. They're getting
bulk.
Quick Check's not getting a pallet of fucking water. They're getting 20 cases. However much room they have and what they've sold is what they're backfilling. They're not getting a pallet of water. 96 cases of water. My internet is dropping like mad tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I've started posting memes in not memes, but stickers in fucking 8-bit chat. So.
Yeah, I see the fucking all that shit going on. Trust me, I'm laughing my ass off.
I'm communicating with the people who are watching that give a damn.
Yeah, well, tell him to call the fuck in. Why don't you just call in, son?
No, he said he would if he wanted to. He's already been invited. He was invited yesterday.
Oh, okay.
We also were talking up until just moments before I got into a call with y'all, and I literally mean moments. He ran into an issue with how Facebook is doing shit now, based on the difference between him running XSplit and me running OBS.
Yeah.
And so I showed him what that was today when I was setting everything up, and it's a little different.
So the last thing I wanted to bring up that Vic said in his little stand-up bit for 5 minutes, you fucking people who are throwing gloves and masks on the curbs, in the gutters, especially when there's a garbage can right there, you are just a fucking human disgrace.
Not for anything. I'm not even calling any of y'all out, all right? I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not even calling them out now because they're the same pieces of shit that have been throwing every piece of trash that they've ever had anyway. This is no different than what a lot of them have already been doing anyway. It's just because what the debris is that somebody even wants to bring it up right now. But it's no different than normal. It's literally no different than normal. This is the same trash. It's the same trash that normally gets thrown out on a regular basis by the same people.
But you know what? I mean, at my local deli right up the block, and I'm sure Ren can attest to this, there's never any garbage in the curb. There's never any garbage on the sidewalk. There's 2 fucking garbage cans that are usually overflowing. Talking Krauser.
So you've got new people in your town that decided that they'll start throwing shit on the floor?
I think they don't give a fuck. Well, it's not garbage. It's just my gloves.
They didn't give a fuck before if they're throwing rubber gloves on the ground. They didn't give a fuck before. Look, dude, it's no, literally. Somebody was cleaning up shit before you saw it at some point, or these people just all of a sudden don't care because they're gloves. Like, come on, man. Like, think about that when you said that. Like, people just all of a sudden don't give a fuck because they're gloves.
I know. That was the wrong words to choose for sure, but it just pisses me off. I mean,
I understand it.
You're reading all this shit now. Oh, you can live. Don't touch your mail for X amount of hours because it can live on cardboard for up to 3, but we're not sure. It could be longer, and it can live on copper for 2 days, and stainless steel could be 3 or 5. And oh shit, we tested.
Hey, guess what? Since I'm not leaving and going anywhere.
Well, yeah, that's because the other one does it all for you. Then when she leaves work,
well,
picks
no,
up.
I'm the one that gets all the packages and all the mail. And you know what? Not for anything. I get it right when my mail person leaves. They go down to the next mailbox, and I go grab all my stuff.
Yeah, I normally try and say good morning, hello, and thank you to my mailman every fucking day.
My mail people are like late in the afternoon, and if I catch them before they get to my mailbox, I say something. If not, I
Yeah. Mine is like 10 to 10 o'clock a.m. every day is my mailman.
Lol.
So I make sure I have a cigarette at like, quarter to 10 and wait for the mailman. Go down, get my shit, say hello, how are you? Always leave them cookies at Christmas.
Yeah,
Shit
my
like
mom would always make something,
yeah. If I don't make cookies, then it's a little gift card to the
but
fucking
I don't
local.
have that mailman now. I don't make nothing for my mailman now because my mailman. I made stuff for that mailman when he was my mailman,
Right.
but I had the same mailman. I'd guarantee you 15, 20 years of my life here in
Right.
this neighborhood. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
And
You're growing up as a kid for sure in a
well,
town neighborhood.
well,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, I had that same guy, and when I was living here in the neighborhood, like he was still the mailman, but
Right.
he's retired, and since he's retired, there is no consistency. My mail people are different people all the fucking time.
Oh,
And
really?
and not for anything. I'm sorry to all of y'all postal workers out there that do the mail and everything else, but your random ass ain't getting a gift from me.
No, just go out and
I'm not. I'll say Merry Christmas to you. I'll chat with you. But if you're not going to be my mailman, if you're not going to be the one in my neighborhood, you're not dedicated to my route, or your job in some sense of whatever. Like,
Right.
I'm sorry. I've got to. I'm gonna reserve the cookies for like my family.
True that. Hey, IDK, if you're listening, which is fucking doubtful, but the Exxon on 9 is open 24/7. At least that's cigarettes. You don't have to smoke all mine.
So yeah, y'all
Oh
struggling.
well.
Y'all struggling socialites over there.
The crazy thing is everything has been closing at 7 or 8 o'clock for 10 days.
No. You're wrong. You're
Your
absolutely
shit's
wrong.
everything, every store that I possibly go to, which includes supermarkets, liquor stores, anything outside of a 7-Eleven, a Quick Check, or a gas station, is closing at 7 p.m.
No.
to get their employees home before 8 p.m. to do
Nope.
the right thing.
No. They're essential.
Remember,
They're
he's in
essential.
South Amboy, and they're not listening to that shit. There's only 8,000 of them, and they don't care.
Almost 10,000. And originally, the town, the stores, all had their little meeting, and they all decided on what time they were going to close because it wouldn't be right if one was open over the other and stealing all the money.
This is something that me and Sam were actually talking about yesterday about how it's funny for me, who just at 5 o'clock yesterday officially kind of went under quarantine. Like our shit's official as of 5 o'clock yesterday. But I got to see, the New York, New Jersey shutdown. I got to see Ohio shutdown. I got to see California shut. I got to see all these other places, and I listened to all the rules of what they were doing when they did it. And nobody has been consistent on the rules that they put in place,
No.
or how they even enforce them.
Right. Everything's been for the good of their own communities, period.
Which is crazy because the governor passed 107 or 108, whatever the laws that he
108.
passed are,
108.
which clearly states, here is the set of laws that I passed. This is what you need to do.
Right.
Oh, and I've also put a measure in there which states you cannot supersede my rules.
Well, yeah,
Right.
county does not supersede state. This is a state
Town
law
does not
place.
supersede state. This is the rules. This is the law. Deal with it.
All right. So before we get deeper in on that, because I definitely want to comment on that.
Well, it's funny. Every state has done it different.
Yeah. And some of them
and enforcement is just as fucking wacky as the rules that are in place.
Yeah, some of them definitely asked backwards. So here, Ren, it was originally agreed upon. Originally, stores were allowed to stay open to 12. Originally. This town decided 10 o'clock.
Yeah, but isn't that like 21 days ago originally?
Yeah, originally. And this town decided 10 o'clock. So all the stores were closing by 10, period. Okay? You got to remember, delis are considered grocery stores. Therefore, they're essential.
As long as they sell
Food.
food product.
That's
No,
right.
not just made food.
No,
Food you can purchase to cook in your house.
Yeah,
Right.
it's got to be
Bread considered food you can cook in your house. If you sell bread in a store, you're essential.
Right,
Okay,
right.
well, I understand
Anyway.
you're about to start throwing this word around a lot, like it's supposed to really carry a
No, no.
lot of weight. I
No,
can
no.
make myself essential in any fucking situation that you go ahead and
too.
throw out there, but I'm also not an idiot that feels that I need to be the essential involved here.
Me too. I'm essential. Here's my piece of paper. I just typed it up and printed it myself today on
Yeah,
fucking WBLZ letterhead.
Like I
I'm
said.
essential. Yeah. So anyway, it was. It
I'm
was.
not the
web.
guy. I'm not
It-
the guy who needs that though.
It was the.
Yeah, but
Sure.
here's the thing. All three of us, in theory, are media. So we are always
Automatically essential.
Right.
Yeah.
Essential. Yeah. Plus,
I could drive down to the War Memorial tomorrow and go, here's my masthead, here's my website. I'm here to cover the governor's press conference.
You just wear. You do what everybody else does, and you wear every fucking press badge you ever got, like they all do, and slip a new one into it. 7 o'clock was instituted by the fucking governor, because these stupid people, the same fucking stupid people who probably are throwing their gloves and masks in the street, parking lots, gutters, wherever, are the same fucking people who can't stay in the goddamn house.
Right.
It's the same fucking people. Has to be.
Right.
Now, as far as these wacky fucking states, I saw.
Fix your green screen.
That's him, not me. He's the one moving around. Yeah. I saw
I missed that. What was that?
Face Myers post.
Fix your green screen.
Stop moving your chair around.
Yeah, you're gonna find out how much you'd rather have that big motherfucking screen behind you.
I saw a Face Off with Face Myers post on her personal timeline about Virginia going into lockdown, and I was like, what? Finally? Now? What'd they do? Follow North Carolina, who said, we're going to go into lockdown in 2 fucking weeks.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, this should have been day 7 or day 8 for you.
Yeah, but you need to understand.
But now you're in day...
Yeah, but if you look at the numbers,
aggregate.
It's a rolling. It's kind of like a rolling blackout in the
It's
summer where they need to brown out certain sectors of a city to maintain power.
It's
They're not shutting down.
Ours is not
They're not
statewide. Ours is not. Ours, for the most part, has not been statewide. There were county shutdowns on, because we really only have a population consensus in 3 major areas.
Like Florida, right. It's the same fucking thing with Florida.
And so there was no need to shut down the whole state if you shut down, like, Wake County.
Right.
Or if you shut down Mecklenburg County. Or if you shut down Guilford County. Like, that's pretty much... And we got 100 counties here. You can shut down 3 of them and probably have contained most of the problem.
Well, except for what you posted in Slack this morning about a couple testing positive in fucking Florida.
Yeah, but
getting on
they
a
come through
commercial
Charlotte.
airline.
They come through Charlotte. So I'm not that they fit in the criteria. Mecklenburg, that's Charlotte, Mecklenburg County.
Yeah, but that's an hour and a half away, bro.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying if you'd have shut Charlotte down, something like that wouldn't have happened. Like it literally Charlotte, Raleigh, Greensboro. You shut them down.
I bet people travel between Greensboro and Charlotte and Greensboro and Raleigh, and Greensboro happens to be like the apex of all those travel centers. So all of the people that live in like Greensboro, if they were to commute someplace, it's either going to be Charlotte or Raleigh or Durham. And now that I've been there, I actually have like some kind of spatial awareness of where you are compared to where other places are. So I can honestly well, that's only an hour and 10-minute drive.
I plan on doing that.
So someone goes to Raleigh, someone goes to
now look,
Charlotte.
I'm not actually
arguing
arguing that they're justified in what they did. I'm just saying.
They're going to Charlotte. They encounter these people. They come back to Greensboro. They go out into the public, go to the pubs, the restaurants, the wherevers, the grocery store. And then all of a sudden, the next day before they're symptomatic or whatever, they go down to Raleigh and they do their
Yeah,
thing,
they
and then they come.
communicated it out that way. I understand the spread of the pathogen. Da, 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 da. I play Plague Inc. too.
It's just kind of crazy how anybody even let them on a commercial airliner.
That particular
they
story is
pause it.
that particular story is a very interesting one. But the fact that they were even allowed to come back to North Carolina from the Princess cruise ship after a 14-day quarantine.
Yeah, quarantine, go the fuck home.
No.
Oh, no, that's right. You're not in lockdown, so they're probably fucking all over.
They came back to Raleigh or came back to Charlotte after being on the Princess and then went to Atlanta.
Oh, God almighty.
Yeah, it's a really weird scenario with what happened with this particular couple. And they just happened to have a pass through in North Carolina. But they came from a Princess and ended up in Atlanta.
So what?
It just very much illustrates. So I allow myself outside of like
The national
checking in on
faux
my
pas.
news aggregators like twice a day.
Yeah.
The only thing I give myself like major media news is I will listen to the governor every day at 1, 2 o'clock. When he does his press conference, I'll turn on News 12. I'll listen to what he has to say.
He's doing just as many as fucking Cuomo now. He's on the internet 4 fucking times a day. Plus,
when he goes on the television and he does his hour and 15 minutes with Q&A and gives his direct with like Health and Human Services and infectious diseases and state police, I listen to that. When it's over, I turn it off. News 12 runs on a revolving cycle. I think they do like 4 live segments a day and just play the same shit over and over again.
Channel. But it's great that you have it. It's a useful channel.
Right. So I give myself that. And he sits there and he spends a lot of time. And every time he talks about it, he has a bunch of monitors behind him.
Yep.
And he puts up the COVID graph.
Yep.
If we did nothing, this is what would happen. Well, we're doing something, but it's still happening.
Right.
Not to the same degree because we have some good people in the world, but as the term he likes to use, I can't remember the word he uses. It's like basically he's saying shitheads, but in a very politically correct kind of way.
Yes.
A couple shitheads. Down in Lakewood, a bar mitzvah on a front lawn of a house. They didn't think that was going to be a problem.
No, there was a streamer that has a pretty popular community that said literally she was in quarantine looking at people throw a party at the house next door to her.
Rented 2 weddings, 1 bar mitzvah, and 2 bat mitzvahs. And now 6 of those rabbis, allegedly, don't know the truth of this,
got COVID.
No, they're already dead from the COVID.
Oh, okay. They joined Duffy.
Lakewood, New Jersey is where he's talking about. Very Hasidic area.
Very Hasidic ethnic.
Very acidic. And it's also one of the hot spots for New Jersey.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's that other the
230.
the other minister that said that he brought in machines to cure the COVID. So all you had to do was walk into his church, and he did 2 shows.
So what happens in your fucking state here? Because this is what I don't understand. A lot of other places are just, I mean, okay, New York, New Jersey.
I was going to say none of these places are handling it even remotely close to right. But go ahead.
No.
Let's talk about let's talk about my new rules and pull.
Well, look, you got to
poke at the redneck real quick.
No, I'm not poking at the redneck. Well, I guess Virginia too. So maybe, and Florida. So if you consider Florida redneck, I mean, Florida don't care because it's elderly. They're going to die anyway.
Well, now you're associating me with Florida man. So all right, so I'm a redneck Florida man.
All right, so like some of the bigger states.
You are not a Florida man. You do not reside in Florida.
States, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, a few others, shutting the fuck down. You are like county by county.
Right. I know what we did.
Right, like Florida.
We had a statewide issuance yesterday.
Right. Okay, that's right. So you actually had the statewide issuance fucking like last week when you were like, we're going into lockdown. That was Thursday.
No. That's when I told you that they said it was going to happen. It didn't go into effect until Monday at 5.
you had your statewide notice that this is going to happen. We had that too.
Yeah,
This is
Monday at 5:00. It's going down.
So now you're down lockdown county by county. So what happens when some fucking schmuck bails out of a county and infects another county?
No, we're past that point. We are statewide issuance, governor lockdown, North Carolina.
Okay. So Virginia
That
just
happened Monday, yesterday at 5:00, just like I've said 3 times since the start of the show.
Yeah. Yes, I know that. Yesterday, Monday, 1 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So, do you have like similar rules to Florida, where they not Florida, excuse me, Virginia, where they can still go to weddings and have funerals and go to church?
We had a rule in place at the moment that it all took effect that was kind of ambiguous to the idea of church and religious gatherings.
Yeah.
And weddings are a religious gathering.
Okay.
Considering the fact that they have to be led by a minister.
Yeah,
there are a religious gathering. So there's no way around it. Even if the couple is atheist, they have to elect a minister of ceremony. So in turn, it is still a religion. Yeah, because it's not recognized. Even when you go to get married at the courthouse, the person that you're married by, that's one of their titles under their sublet of shit is like they have been ordained.
If you go to justice of the peace to get married,
yeah, they are it is a ceremony that is. Right there.
Technically, when you go to get married, you just go to the courthouse and get a marriage certificate.
Wait, the courthouse that makes you put your hand on a Bible when you tell the judge what you're going to do.
No.
Or a Quran, or yours doesn't do that anymore. See, I'm in the South where all that shit still takes place.
Oh no, you go to the courthouse.
So I'm telling you, you asked the question, I'm telling you the answer. So that is what goes on down here. They're still ministers of whatever. So you're gathering at a religious ceremony. All of these are categorized the same thing. From weddings, funerals, like everything is led by a minister of ceremony.
Yes. So yes. You can
all of those events were still allowed. That has changed today.
Right.
Because there was an uproar about it, and some other people were like, what do you mean they can still do this? And because of your bar mitzvahs and weddings that y'all had up there as well, it was also a national story because of the gatherings that were still allowed, that the rule was changed in North Carolina. Like I saw shit today talking about addressing exactly that scenario.
Okay. When you go to get married, you go to the courthouse and you fill out a fucking legal document that says you want a marriage license. You sign it. Your other half signs it. And then you have to have it witnessed by 2 people, and they sign it.
Right.
And then
I've done that for my mom.
Yeah. You give it to the woman behind the fucking counter, and they give you a piece of paper that says you are legally married.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to go
by the power vested in me by the state
yes. Piece of document. Here you go.
Yeah, and when they go to notarize it, they say to you, by the power vested in me under the state of North Carolina, you're married. Here you go, and hand you back your fucking paperwork.
Ren?
Yes, sir.
Did that happen to you?
Oh no.
No, you just got a piece of
like
paper with
a seal. It's different. It's different.
I know that.
My exact point was it's different. I'm speaking purely. You can't know me on a Southern fact that I'm telling you I've bore witness to.
I was asking him because we all took part in different states.
Okay.
No, you and I got married in the same state.
No, I was in New York.
It's another. No.
Oh, you got married in New York? Or you got married in Jersey?
Unless you were living in New York, that's where my marriage certificate, which is right here in this drawer. It's just a piece of paper with a stamp on it that fucking City Hall gave me. I had an option of having a ceremony with the Justice of the Peace. No, I'm getting married in a church. Oh, okay, here's your document. Bye. I mean, yeah, I put my hand on the Bible in a church, but not at the state government because you can't do that shit because it's separation of church and state.
Huh? Lol, like any state in the South recognizes that shit.
I know, right?
Like
But
that's what I'm saying. You're talking about something from purely not for nothing, but I'm gonna call it as it is, your Yankee perspective, where like the rest of the world works like you do. Where down here, I'm telling you, minister of fucking ceremony, it doesn't matter where the fuck you're at, they're letting you know by the power ordained in them
right.
that they told you you had the right to do
now,
something.
Like, I see her in here. What up, Law? Triggs is in here, sister-in-law. They got married justices of peace at City Hall.
Did theirs tell them that?
Got their certificate, and then you, at 1 o'clock, here's your room you go into, and justices of peace, and the whole little, do you take such and such to be your such and such? I do.
Oh, see, no, we didn't go through none of that part.
Oh, yeah.
No, we literally, you're talking, what you were talking about, the sign the paper and go,
yeah,
is led just like I told you. When they hand you the paper back, by the power invested in me by the state of North Carolina, y'all two married. Here you go. Like, it still is said. That's their job. Like, they tell you that. That's like the catchphrase of the day when you do that job. Like,
I don't remember if that was ever said when they handed me my papers. I'm going to say no.
Yeah, they do in North Carolina because I have seen it, not in a ceremony of the full, like, you know, y'all two wanted to, like, say something to each other real quick in front of the justice. No, I'm not talking about that wedding. I've seen that wedding too. And yeah, that can be a little bit of a hoopla itself because some people get married in that moment. They want a little bit more, but don't want to pay for nothing. And so I know that wedding too. But then there's like the wedding, you know, and I've seen all of those. But nah, that justice of the peace, little exchange of paperwork, they still in the state of North Carolina are like, by the power vested in me, still ordained, still smack you with that little here, you know.
It's funny though how we got to there from where we were originally talking about with the fucked up shit states are doing.
Well, that was kind of the point of the whole conversation anyway, is what y'all did and what New York did and what Ohio did and what California did and what Texas does and what Washington State does and what Virginia does. They're all so fucking different.
Yeah.
And their timelines didn't even start anywhere remotely close to each other. They were like, uh-oh, looks like New York's getting hit pretty bad. New Jersey's like, oh, shoot, we might want to stop this. And then New Jersey shuts down. Ohio's looking at it all go down from a distance, and they're like, you know what? Because they shut down before Jersey did.
Yep. Yes, they did.
They were like, yeah, fuck that. And they shut down. California was closed before all of that shit, taking some of the most extreme measures, to begin with. And you look at that, like, to sit back here in North Carolina and just kind of watch it all go on, I'm like, yeah, I guess I was smart, like, 3 weeks ago when I was like, I ain't taking no more people on Uber rides. I'm just like, fuck that shit. I've already got to deal with Q coming in and out of the fucking COVID center.
Front line.
That I'm like, I'm not even fucking with travelers. I don't even want to come into a situation knowing that I got a frontline employee right there next to me, that I am probably highly contagious, that if I'm asymptomatic, I don't want to be a spreader.
Yeah.
Okay, so bring up asymptomatic. It's very interesting. I posted an article in our group chat earlier, and I did not post the second one I read. And a very, very interesting thing may or may not come to fruition is the fact that China has decided we have no more. We still have positive cases, but they're not as high as what we had.
And they're
opening
inbound.
up commerce again. We've shut down the borders. We're opening up commerce again, so on and so forth. The biggest things that they're dealing with now are not allowing people into the country. U.S. companies are canceling orders of things that would normally be purchased because our economy is grinded to a halt. But one of the very, very fascinating things is they never did anything like very much like our country's not doing, and that's testing the people that are asymptomatic, because we're like this variable that they just don't want to spend time on. They want to test people that have symptoms and get their positive and negative to correlate some kind of data set. And it's
Some kind of
all
data
about a
set,
data set.
and they want they're really more
It's the
concentrated.
symptomatic people.
Yes, they're concentrated on being, because what's the best part about going through flu season? Even if you get a little sick, if it's not too bad, you're okay. And so asymptomatic people, they go through flu season, they may get the flu, they may be tired as fuck one day.
Right, but never show any of
But
the
that's
other
it. But that's it. So that's
It's
what
not
they
a 5
go
to
through.
7 day slog.
That is an asymptomatic flu sufferer. He just
Right,
kind of floats through that. He or she floats through that shit kind of nonchalantly, just like, God damn.
the fucking carriers.
And so we're not really asymptomatic people as a whole are not really relevant to the conversation, due to the simple fact of the matter that they are looking at this like influenza, like the common cold, and guess what? We're never gonna beat it. We're only gonna treat it. And that's
Right,
what they're
so-
worried about. They want to be able to take symptomatic causes and lessen the effect of the symptomatic causes and dull the sensation of what that is.
Okay, so getting back, agreed. I agree with you 100%.
Okay.
So what's going on now in China? And China is so good at being and I'm not like dragging their government down or anything like that, but they're very good at privatizing information. Let's put it that way. Is that a fair enough statement?
Yes, that is a very, very fair
privatizing
statement.
information.
Yeah. Because,
To the point now that they are at the point of, in Wuhan and the province and everything like that, they are reopening commerce, reopening manufacturing, and all this.
yeah, they're fucked.
And the biggest fear now, just like, the statement just resonates always, and you can never get away from it. Like, history has a habit of repeating itself, is the statement. So if you remember back in 1918,
Influenza.
Oh yeah, we all remember
Spanish
that.
flu.
I was there for that.
the Spanish flu. So, well, we've all read about it in history. Spanish flu, one of the most deadliest pandemics that ever hit the world.
Yep.
What was the real impact of the 1918 Spanish flu was the second wave.
Oh,
Right.
And the second wave was caused by all the people that were asymptomatic when they went back to normal life. They're carriers. They spread it back to all the people that were susceptible to it.
Yeah.
And you're weak now because you've already had it once, or whatever occurred prior to, or you're someone who was lucky enough not to get it, but now you got the second wave. And I'm not going to get into the whole idea of like mutation of bacteria or virus or any of that nature. Just to keep it sane.
They already found a second fucking version.
There's 8 of them.
Yeah. Well,
There are
there's
8 strains floating around the world. It has already mutated. None of them stronger than any of the others. But there are 8 strains of COVID-19 floating around.
That's right.
So the big fear here, and now we've talked about, like, President Trump came out and said, April is closed.
Yeah.
End of story.
Done.
Be ready come April 15th for it to be May shut down too.
No, April 15th. We're done for May. Oh, we're done for April.
No. I'm saying when he comes out in April 15th and says we're shut for May.
Yeah.
All right, did you pour your shot? I'm delivering.
Yeah.
Because I think it's very much going to be, if you look at all the numbers and Fauci, Fauci is
Remember, I'm a big NASCAR fan coming in here, and COVID has affected my sport. That's actively going on in the start of a season.
Fuck yeah.
And I've got people that we all go to a race that was supposed to be the first race back.
Yep.
So,
May 9th.
So we're following this conversation very heavily with these timelines. Drink to you.
number 2.
So we're following very heavily with these timelines about when some form of normalcy is supposed to resume with a public reintroduction of people to each other. And now me and Southern Yankee and Jandal, we're all kind of looking at this and watching what NASCAR's saying, and now there's a heavy doubt on the fact of whether or not Martinsville happens. Like a very heavy doubt on the fact that May 9th is a shadow.
May 9th's done. I will say this, if you wanted to take it to sports, the sport that will bring the nation back together on their couches.
Well, no, I was just talking timeline like we were doing.
Well, yeah, Well, here's your timeline. The first sport to come back is going to be baseball, and it'll probably be...
I don't think so. They got to go into extended spring training.
Nope. Not happening.
I think the first sport to be back would be soccer.
Nope. Baseball will be the first one back. They're already contemplating on taking it to Congress to talk to them about it. We're going to be shut down. We already know April's dead. We all agree upon that. April is dead. March is gone. Tomorrow's April 1st. April's dead. That month is closed. It doesn't exist. They're already talking about complications running into this summer. No sporting event, no sporting league can withstand this kind of shutdown without making the money that needs to be made. Players got guaranteed contracts.
Oh, yeah.
This virus doesn't stop a guaranteed contract. They need the money.
Well, we'll see what we'll see what willingness of abide that everybody's willing to put if all livelihood is put at risk. Like, so there's going to be certain rule changes. We're hypothetically talking about a scenario about the other side of this.
Baseball,
and honestly, anybody talking about the other side of this is still purely speaking hypothetically, because there is no way in hell.
I totally agree with you, but then yet you've got people on television on major broadcast networks, especially major news outlets.
I don't give a fuck about these.
Let me.
News. I don't care. I don't care about news people.
You are absolutely right, but when you've got the commander-in-chief going, well, we got to really take a look at California because they may be leveling out that curve now. That's it.
That's all rhetoric.
Curve.
They're leveling out the curve. That's why we sent USS Mercy to fucking L.A.
Yeah, well, you got to send it to. You can't send it to one coast without the other.
They're independent. They're independent naval ships. You can deploy one and not the other.
Oh, that's politics. Can't do that. That's politics.
Yeah,
can't
see,
do that.
That's another thing. I'm not even about that conversation either, about this playing fucking politics with a goddamn global pandemic.
Well, everybody's playing politics with your life. Your fucking state just shut down. Oh, look at Florida, okay?
They only shut down the southern half.
I told you how I'm Florida man.
Well, no.
You said, look at your state, and then you said, look at Florida. And I'm like...
Look, you're not shut down completely, but let's take a hard fucking look at Florida for a second here, okay? You remember we all fucking went ballistic. All of us. What a bunch of fucking dicks. What a bunch of fucking assholes. Where the fuck is the governor when spring break day one, the beaches were packed with fucking people coming from everywhere?
Uh-huh.
And what did Florida do? What up, 7? What did Florida do? They looked the next day and said, oh, wow, this is probably fucked up. So everybody off the beach and get the fuck out. And now if you're from New York, we're just going to round you up and throw you the fuck out. Okay? What did Florida do after that? Nothing. Zero. Yesterday or the other day, I think it was 2 days ago, 7 counties in Florida decided to lock down. What did the governor do on national television? Wow, that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, he was more concerned about keeping New Yorkers, New Jerseyans, Connecticutans, and Pennsylvanians from entering Florida.
It's a good idea, though. So what those 7...
Rhode Island took the best measures, and I think Rhode Island was right in what they did, and I hate the fact that social pressure made them roll over on it.
Okay, and now what is Florida doing? After they fucking got the stink eye looked at them from everywhere in the country about not getting rid of all the fucking spring breakers and having the beaches open and throwing out all the foreigners, because if you came there from out of state, you're a fucking foreigner in the eyes of Florida. Now they're doing the same thing with the cruise ships that are begging to get the people off the fucking boats before thousands die. What did Florida say? Fuck no. Fuck no. You're coming from Jamaica? You might as well stay there. Fuck no.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jamaica has
President had to
30,
say something to that.
36 cases. Jamaica has 36 cases total.
Yeah, that'll triple because we watched fucking.
Okay, 107 cases is nothing compared to
Yeah, but can Jamaica even
the 170,000 the United States has.
Can Jamaica with no water, no power from a fucking tornado, hurricane, earthquake fucking 9 months ago even deal with one case at this point? Do their hospitals even have fucking power? That whole fucking country, that entire Caribbean was decimated. The United States has the best healthcare in the country. Hands down.
Yeah, we do have the best healthcare in the country. It's only one country, the United States.
That's right. So the boat's right there. 30 fucking miles. Best healthcare in the country. All right, whatever.
You heard what I said, right?
At a serious
Wanna
point,
go-
you want to make the jokes. That's fine. The point is, the ship's right there.
Bro,
Get the
you
fuck
mean the world, not the
world.
country.
Right, yeah, you see, you're still going on. I already corrected myself.
No, you didn't. You said the
That's
country
when you
again.
repeated
I did.
yourself.
I corrected myself.
No, you didn't. You said the country again. You got
I
three
wish
people
I
here
could fucking
telling.
mute him, and I can't. God damn it,
I
this
mean,
blows.
there's another-
Totally
there's another
blows.
way about that.
The point is, you got fucking people there. Let them off the fucking boat. Put them in the hospital. Send them back to where they need to be. Are you gonna fucking keep these people on a boat while they are putting dead people in the kitchen freezer on a cruise ship?
Yeah, they are.
That's fucked up.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey. I heard me.
Fucked up. J7 in the house.
I
Hello.
sound
What
pretty
up,
nerdy,
lady?
don't I?
What's happening?
Look, all this time from the other day to this day, you couldn't figure out how to get your mic working. So you're still on that fucking.
No,
No excuse.
I did figure out how to fix it. I
Yeah.
had to order this adapter to make it so that my Mac actually like functions with a mic because
You
it
have the-
actually doesn't have like a port for it.
You have the single port that acts as a dual.
Yeah. So I had to get an adapter and I ordered it from Amazon and it's not here yet.
Because your mic is only TRS, not TTRS.
Yeah. So if I plug in
Keep
my
it
mic
plugged on
right now,
it,
it'll turn off my speakers and I won't be able to hear you.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay, I understand completely.
Yeah.
TRS versus TTRS for all you fucking podcaster techo freaks out there who know what I'm talking about. But so how you holding up, girl?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
Feels like I don't know. They're telling me it's gonna be another month or two.
Yeah, we're all in the month phase. Two. I'm gonna tell you what happens right here. They're gonna need at some point to I love it. He's putting the graphic in there. I love it. They're gonna need at some point to just go. Here's a weekend. Go out. Get stupid. Because I'm telling you right now, the world, the United States, will not fucking survive if there's no fucking Memorial Day weekend parties. People will go ape shit.
When's Memorial Day? That's the end of May, right?
May 24th, the last Saturday.
The earliest it can be in May.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's a Monday, not a Saturday.
There's a chance that by then it won't be so bad.
No.
June 7th is projected to be,
Opening
by
day.
the government, the first day that we will see less than 100 deaths a day.
Yeah, that's opening day for baseball with no crowds. They're gonna try and gonna do double headers for the first well, not the first month, second, third month of baseball is gonna be mad ass double headers just to try and squeeze in 100 games.
When is that?
Mark my words. Well, they're hoping they wanted to start Memorial Day weekend, but they're contemplating going to the government to have their little powwow, like when when a sports governing body makes a fuck up, and Congress calls them in and said, "You need to come here and talk." Baseball is looking to knock on the door of the government and go, "We want to talk now. It's our turn to come and talk."
I see.
That major league sports, all major league sports, baseball, hockey, basketball, you name it. I don't give a fuck. Tour de France, whatever, cannot sustain the shutdown. They lose every day there's no baseball. They lose $12 million a day minimum, maximum of like 96 million.
Wow.
Every day. This is why football is going back going, oh, fuck.
And they just, ratified a 17-game season and extra playoffs?
We just...
Football's in the fall, so it's fine.
Yeah, who knows? Look, I'll tell you this much, okay? You can wait for the day that they say it's okay to go back outside.
And run out the door to do it.
Yeah, do you know what I ordered yesterday? You want to know what I ordered yesterday?
What'd you order?
2 cases of Deep Woods Off. 2 cases.
Skaters.
Fuck yeah, bro.
No, they could all be dead because there's nothing to feed off of.
No, skeeters carrying COVID is what you're going to have.
Thank you. Mosquitoes fucking pop next week.
Oh my God. Imagine you get bitten by a mosquito and you get COVID that way. I don't think that's how it works.
Oh,
no, we
really?
don't know yet if that's how it works.
Mosquito, you can get malaria. You can get all sorts of other shit from a mosquito.
And if a malaria drug treats COVID, it may transfer the same way.
I don't know. It might be good if they can.
I mean, that whole malaria drug thing is such a BS.
Well,
no, they're testing them.
No, that's not true. There's 2 different types of that drug, and those idiots that took the plant food or whatever it was that poisoned themselves, that was BS. There should have been some clarity given to the people on what Coquelin really was.
Yeah, but for
Miracle Grow, assholes.
For either of the ones that are now approved by the FDA to treat COVID-19, there's no definitive proof
you
that
said
it
words,
does anything to
you
treat
said
COVID-19.
words that don't matter anymore. You said approved by the FDA.
Yeah.
When it comes to this pandemic, epidemic, virus, whatever the fuck you want to call it, those words don't apply anymore because the FDA has just turned around and said, well, you think that drug would help this? Passed.
Right. But
There
that's
is no
the
more
thing.
testing.
I'm saying I think it's kind of BS that people think that to begin with because there's no proof.
Testing is on humans now. There is no clinical stage trials. Testings are on humans. New York is just they shot up 1,100 people with the malaria drug today or yesterday.
Okay, and they didn't do anything?
We don't know yet. It's not
right now. We hope to see good results out of this.
Right.
That's it. That is literally all it is.
Yeah, you can fact check me on this, but I'm almost 100% positive it's 1,100 people who were shot up with the malaria drug.
Mm-hmm.
The other drug that comes from that whole era, it's clemendamine and something else. I can't remember what it is. Anti-clemendamine or whatever the fuck it is. That's being sent down to Lakewood to shoot up those motherfuckers with it. So we'll know in 3 days whether or not this test subjects live or die.
Damn.
I guess. I mean, what else you gonna do? You gonna fucking test on bats? That shit don't work. That's where this shit comes from.
Yeah.
Can't test on animals. It's an animal disease. It passed from animals to humans.
Yeah.
Just like every COVID. It's the only influenza virus-like that has passed from animals to humans. I did my research on that shit.
Not including swine flu.
Swine flu
is COVID.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, you mean the COVID? Yeah.
COVID period.
Read the article I put in our chat.
The COVID experts
Explains it all.
Of what?
Explains it all.
Losing my taste, and that if this article is new, that's old news. Because
Well, yeah, it's just like a car dealership that shuts down. They still have new old stock.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's
very
true. There you go.
Here, Jess, I'll post it I'll post it again for you, so it's bumped.
But you could have just went back to it and threaded it.
I think I only put it in the 3 of our chat. I didn't put it in us and Jess chat.
Gotcha. Yes. The other thing they're doing, and if anybody out there listening, or you know somebody who was infected with COVID-19, 20, whatever the fuck we're calling this thing now, because I can't keep up anymore, and lived through it, go back and take the platelet test. Help other people out. There is a strong possibility that if you've gotten this, and I'm not just talking about people who've gotten it, those people out there who said, well, you know what? I was really sick in November and didn't know what I had. Go to the fucking doctor and take the new test. Because there's a good possibility there are people out there who survived through whatever fucking illness was running around in November and December, or if you got this fucking virus and lived through it, you could have antibodies. It takes 18 fucking months to come up with any kind of cure for a disease or a virus, and then it has to go into testing. Animals before
that's not happening right now.
They're already pulling platelets from people to test.
Yeah, from people who confirmed had it, not random people.
That's right.
Who thought they were sick and maybe should.
A shitload of people out there in November and December who had some form of something that put them in bed for 4 weeks. Was no flu, because Tamiflu and Z-Paks did not help. There was people out there who had shit. My girl is one of them, in bed for 10 fucking days, hitting her up with all sorts of shit. Here, take this, try this, take this, take that, take this. No, yeah, here's a Z-Pak, take that. Nope, that don't work. None of that shit worked. 10 days, dead in bed. Eyes swollen. I can't taste anything. How was the soup? Couldn't taste it. What kind of soup was it? You asked for chicken noodle. Couldn't taste it. There are people
who had the same symptoms.
Had something. I'm not going to say it was this. I will never say that. I am not a fucking doctor. I certainly play one on the internet. But my medical knowledge comes from what I know I've had. I know for a fact, I don't care what anybody says, last year in fucking New Orleans, H1N1. Ain't no doubt in my mind.
You thought you had it?
Oh, I pretty much know I had it. I pretty much know I had it. And I don't think anyone in this fucking room who was down there with me would disagree. Ren was with me. I was fucking dead.
I think you had pneumonia, to be honest, bro.
Well, what do you when you get the flu and you die? What goes on your death certificate, Ren? Did you die from the flu or did you die from pneumonia? Pneumonia is a complication. Nobody gets pneumonia.
Well, yeah, you can get, yeah.
You get a cold.
Yeah.
And then it turns into something else. And then it turns into something else. When you die of AIDS, what goes on your death certificate? You died of pneumonia.
No, it's got to be other or AIDS. AIDS has been around for so long, it has to have a
pneumonia
designation by now.
Complications, died of pneumonia.
An autoimmune disease. that causes a bunch of other complications.
Pneumonia is a Pneumonia is a complication, an end result of something else. Yes, you die from pneumonia, but no one ever just gets pneumonia.
Right.
It's not possible. You don't walk outside one day, come home the next day and go, I got pneumonia. It doesn't work like that. Pneumonia is a complication of something. You could have fucking severe lung disease and die of pneumonia.
True. Yeah, but
My grandmother's in the hospital right now. Okay, she's in the hospital for hip replacement, which is the worst fucking thing that could ever happen to a 90-plus-year-old woman, is cutting them open. It's the worst thing that can ever fucking happen.
Oh, I heard broken hip, and I just my heart fell out.
Yeah, if God forbid anything is to happen to her, her death certificate most likely won't read died from a broken hip. It's going to read died from pneumonia. Even if she got staph disease, it's going to be died of pneumonia. Pneumonia is always the accomplice to something else. No one ever just goes out and gets pneumonia. That shit doesn't work like that. You got strep throat, but you died of pneumonia. But it was the strep that took you to the point of pneumonia. It was strep that fucking killed you. But it was pneumonia that ended you. You know, so it's fucked up. And Graham, I know you're doing better. Hopefully 3 days. They want to get her out of the fucking hospital in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
They had her up in a chair today, trying to get her to walk, which is good. Prayers, all that bullshit. Love you. Talk to you later. No doubt. But yeah, that's always a complication, man. But look, and like I said, if anybody out there who is listening, if you've gone through the COVID-19 and this whole pandemic, or you're one of those people who is sitting back and going, wow, I really had something in fucking November, call your doctor. Go see if you can take this new test. Or they want to check your blood to see if you've got any fucking autoimmune or immunities or whatever the fuck. Call your doctor.
That's why they've been encouraging a lot of go get blood still.
Yes.
Like do that because
I've gotten too much ink. I can't.
They can do tests on that to see what immunities that blood just has within it. And that's why there was a conversation around not only does this seem to be affecting people at these age ranges, and then that's been disproven. They've said that they see it in certain blood types being more like A's on the good side, O's on the bad side, or O's on the good side, A's on the bad side. I can't remember exactly what the deal was with that, but the fact that you see some people saying that COVID seems to be affecting genetic markers, not even related to age or blood type. It seems to be able to track down to genetic markers to find the weak link.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And you'll start having complications with that weak link. There was a wrestler that found out that his family was prone to heart disease because he got COVID and it dialed in directly into that weak point in the genetic chain.
That's the conversation. So, hey, Thump, do you remember Saturday or Sunday when you bailed on the conversation? You had to go do things?
Oh, no, I didn't have to go do things. I just bailed on the conversation.
Well, it's exactly what Webby and I were saying. Like, if you look at this, it's like this virus is culling humanity.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done. Because the conversation got to a point. The conversation got to a point where I'd kind of already had the conversation, and I saw y'all start the conversation. I was like, nope.
Check out. Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but I think everything we were saying, like, we weren't getting like super.
No, not at all. Look,
I'm not getting
these-
super. What's the word
No,
I'm thinking?
I was able to keep up with most of the conversation. I mean,
we weren't going to get douchey with it. That wasn't the point.
douchey, but
too
conspiracy
douche.
theory. We weren't going down that road.
Well,
Oh no,
okay,
see, that's the great road. I love going down that road. That
So
one's
you
a fun one.
So you say conspiracy theory, and I'm going to excuse myself and go to the bathroom, but I'm going to ask.
Oh, you're probably
Yes.
the third person to do
So
that.
why don't we just take a
No, no,
fucking
no.
No, because you've already gotten up and walked
Yeah.
off. I've already gotten up and
So
walked
done
off.
that. And Jess
Jay's-
is here, and
Yeah,
I don't
Jay's
do that
here,
part.
and she
we-
hasn't. She came late, so she don't need to miss no camera
Yeah,
time.
by the way,
No, wait.
minus 2 points, Jay. You're late. Show starts at 8 p.m.,
Right, she's
not 9 p.m.
never late when it's at the studio, but now that it's virtual, she's like, "Well, fuck that shit."
No.
I'll only show up
when
for
I
the
wanna show
second
up.
half.
I'm a diva.
I will
right,
show
so-
up for the second
So,
half.
so Jess, here's my question to you. We're talking about this disease and how it attacks and affects people who aren't the most healthy. The
That's the thing.
elderly.
That's besides the point, Webb,
Wait,
because we had a conversation about the
I
doctor.
would like to hear the question instead of the conversation around
Hold
getting
on,
to the
hold on.
question.
Before he prefaces the question, she needs to have all the information.
Okay.
So we had the
have all the
doctor,
information, but
the
no
ER doctor in New York who was an athlete, completely healthy, as allegedly it was said to be. He was 26 years old, completely healthy, ran every day, athlete, the whole 9 yards, died from COVID.
hmm
As Webby's going to bring up, he had a quote unquote underlying heart condition that nobody, not
Right.
even him,
Didn't know.
knew about.
27 years old, 26. How do you know that shit? Not an athlete. You're a medical professional.
But he was an athlete. He was physically fit. He was an athlete.
Oh yeah, physically fit. Is this conspiracy theory now? The disease seems to be taking out the elderly and those who are not 100% healthy. Is this population control virus?
Genetic cleansing.
Is this genetic cleansing? Is this biochemical warfare?
But yeah, but
Yeah.
then you got to dive into like, all right, so who are the state advocates that would be the ones that are actually pulling this off? And right now, we've only heard two names thrown into the pot, one being China, the other one being the U.S. Is it a war between the two of us, and which one of us released the virus? You know?
Okay.
Like,
So,
that's one conspiracy there. But
So here-
then you've got other foreign actors, like there's the North Korean rumor, then there's the Russian advocacy, there's the possibility of the Iranian issue. Like,
I will address your first one. I'll give you the conspiracy theory on China.
I don't think I don't think any of this is really plausible because. All right. So
this is
why
the side.
would it? So wouldn't it? If I was going to engineer a virus that would take out certain people, I would isolate certain markers from the people in my country and make them immune to it.
Right, which is what China did by taking out the elderly and those who have some sort of respiratory heart issues, respiratory system. You're
Not
that's-
for anything. It is kind of like weeding out the most physically fit.
China's got
with the
1.3
highest
billion people.
genetic indicators.
1.3 billion people in that country, most out of any country in the world.
And everyone is pretty sure that they're playing down the number of people that were infected and the number of
Yeah,
people.
there's a reasonable disbelief on state-controlled media.
Most Chinese, most Chinese people don't have a pot to piss in. I don't know if you've ever been
most
there.
of them don't have COVID either. So
Well, yeah. I don't know if you've ever been there or have ever known anybody who went there who showed you photos from their travels. Those people live in a house the size of the room you're sitting in right now. Period. End of story. Take a look around. Turn around. Look around your room because that's as big
I
as
don't
the
know.
house they live in. My parents are there. I've got photos of them sitting, kitchen sink on this side, bed right here. They're sitting on somebody's bed having dinner. There's the kitchen sink. There's the stove, and there's the bed. Oh, wait, that little door over there is the bathroom, which isn't really a bathroom because it's just a pot to piss
I
in.
mean, you can.
I'm in a big room. I'm good. Is this and like you said, Jess, you would come up with some identification markers on your own people, which if you wanted to take the conspiracy theory side of it, then sure, they did that because they released this virus on their own people first before sending the masses out to other countries.
Oh, so you're saying they used Wuhan as like a testing ground?
Sure, why not? Wuhan's a piss poor country or a piss poor county or whatever.
No, it's not. It's one of the most wealthy territories in China. It's where 90% of the manufacturing is.
Only in that fucking 6-block square radius where the rich who own the factories live. Everybody else is fucking poor.
So why hit that specific area?
Because that's where the major CDC of China is. Wuhan is the number 2 CDC facility in the world, if you want to call it CDC. I'm sure they call it something else with a bunch of pictures.
But that wouldn't be advantageous to your test, would it?
Why? You set the virus exactly where you create it so you can control your own people, your own test doctors. Look, their numbers have dropped drastically. They've got the fucking cure for it.
Okay, Jay, you've got to do this properly for the end result. And the end result is you controlling the end result, right?
Right.
That's the plan. So with an ability to go after your own population to eliminate that would send huge red flags to World Health Organizations and CDCs and other things. Like, come on now. I know you played Plague Inc. at least once.
Yeah.
And
you're right.
It would send major flags. I'm not saying that I'm an expert on any of this shit, but I play video games, and plain and simple, if you want to do it's something like that, especially if you want to do things, you've got to keep it hidden. One way of keeping it hidden is not, oh, well, nobody here's getting it. I'm just saying. So there has to be a level of casualty, of self-casualty, that you're willing to accept at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Especially to cause a global pandemic that you feel that you could navigate on the other side to your favor.
So I guess I'm back to why start with your people? Why not start somewhere else?
Well, that's if you go by this one type that says they did it from within, and then there's the other one that says it was an outside force that brought it in.
Oh, I see.
That's why I say I'm playing the devil's advocate on all of those because it's all theory. There's no proof to stand behind any of this. And if we, reasonable human beings sitting here in this conversation, can't fathom the fact that people out there in the world would attempt something like this, then we're just being blind to ourselves anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So the scenarios are infinitely possible. The idea that we would ever know about it is also a farcity. If people did things like that,
1968, Agent Orange. 1968, Agent Orange. We tested chemicals on our own people.
Yeah, there's.
We did it to our own people.
And there's several cases of that have come out later on that are that is absolutely true.
Jacob's Ladder.
Hey, Thump. Slack.
Sorry, I'm off cam. I'm trying to smoke a cigarette and.
Oh, I'm like, where's that voice coming from?
Into the bathroom, which is someone's in the bathroom. Damn it.
Yeah, it was why did he mic up in the bathroom?
Yeah, no, I'm on the other side of the
the studio here.
Oh, you grabbed the other microphone.
Yeah, I grabbed the other one. But no, you're absolutely right, Tom. And I'm not playing the conspiracy theorist because there's enough of them
Yes,
out.
you
Oh
are.
no, that's exactly. But that's what I want everybody to recognize about this conversation. Don't think that any of us are seriously talking about this being an actual thing. We're talking about the ideas that are already being floated out there, and the questions that may revolve around all those wild ass ideas. J7 presented us with a question on why would somebody do that and why would they start with their own people. I gave her an example on why would you start with your own people, and I also explained the fact of maybe it's not the own people. I gave her both options in that scenario. So that's all that was. Don't take us as scientists. Don't take us as doctors. Don't take us as any kind of espionage experts. Like don't play us or you that way. But enjoy the conversation because it's fun to have the conversation. Some of this shit is just absolutely comical to talk about because it's really happening in your life right now. Like
Just think
one
about
of these scenarios may be true.
Yeah, I mean, this whole scenario is unprecedented in the history of modern humanity, right?
You got to go back to 1918 for something like that.
But if you go to the level of understanding and reporting that took place then versus the curve versus the level of understanding and
there was no
promotion this time. Like
it's
they're still two very different scenarios. Like this is unprecedented. Like
Yeah.
yes, there was big Spanish influenza, but there was not coronavirus. Even if you go with SARS and MARS and BLAHs and doogies and fucking everything else that's fucking whatever. You point at anything else that's gone on. There's nothing else has been like this unless you actually go in and maybe critique like an AIDS epidemic.
And even that, like, yes, anybody could get it, right? But you had to do specific things to get it. Like, you can't just get AIDS by being outside. Right?
You sound like you had that as an honest question at that moment too. Like, you're right. You can't get AIDS from being outside, right?
I went for a walk today. You mean I can get AIDS from walking outside? Breathing the air?
What the
breathing
fuck?
The air?
Damn it! See, and you thought you had to worry about corona. How about that? How about if AIDS was airborne? Jump on that one. Take that to your church.
Yeah. So I mean, plus the way that our world is structured now, like it used to be that you would not go too many places.
Right.
Like 1918, you wouldn't just fly to China.
What do you reckon? There were probably 100 people who thought globally back then.
Yeah.
In 1918, probably 100 people that actually gave a shit about what was going on in other places.
Right.
Outside of the United States or outside of Europe or outside of China, there were probably 100 people.
I'd say the number's closer to 1,000.
Okay.
Right.
I still think that's probably a little bit generous.
1,000 what?
People who in 1918 would have been
shit about global economy.
About the global economy, about what's going on in a different country.
Where the difference between now and then, you and I and J7 and Ren and the listeners to this show and the people on Facebook and the people on Twitter and the people on everybody has registered this as a global issue. Like everybody knows this is a problem.
And you're right. Back then, global economy wasn't a factor. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the stock market was only at like 4,000 or 5,000, and it crashed into the hundreds. Nobody, and a lot of markets weren't set up then. I mean, you had the big ones, Nico, NASDAQ, the London Exchange, whatever the fuck that's called. I don't remember offhand, but it wasn't a massive world economy.
See, like I think I think of that 1,000, Ren, I'm thinking what you're getting is 1,000 people who gave a shit about what happened when it happened. I'm talking about 100 people who were the guys sitting in a room going, this could be bad. And I think that's where what my thought was. And you're saying 1,000 on that level. of concern. Like, I think, yeah, the people that worked in the stock exchanges of the time probably would have been worried, and that may equate to thousands of people. But
Yeah.
I think there were only hundreds of people that were powering that setup.
And back then, when the 1918 epidemic broke out, it was like 90,000 people who came into the United States.
It was
was
0.03% of the population of the world
Yeah,
that got
it was-
infected with it, something like that.
Yeah, because you got to remember, we lost a tremendous amount of people in World War One. Everybody did.
Hmm.
But if I'm not mistaken, the number of soldiers, because it was the soldiers who were all infected, they don't know where it originated. The thoughts were Germany. Nobody knows for sure. But you're talking about 396,000 and change soldiers who went back to their hometowns, respectively, across the world and infected everybody. Every fucking, I mean, how many people died from that? 50 to 100,000, 50 to 100 million? 50 to 100 million people died
Hmm.
of the original influenza, Spanish flu.
Yeah, the 1918.
Yeah, I don't know how it got the Spanish flu name when they don't really know where the fuck it came from.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what it was. They that was the suspected region.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
and which is the
Re-
weirdest part. Which is the
determine it.
weirdest part about COVID being called the coronavirus was because they didn't want to associate it with the region or the people that it had been attributed from, even though every previous virus to that was attributed to SARS come from a region.
Yeah. MERS,
MERS,
SARS.
MERS come from an area.
Swine flu is the only H1N1 came from here. That's the only one.
H1N1.
H1N1 pig virus.
Yeah, that one actually.
Most concentration of it was right here in the United
Most
States.
concentration, but I don't know if it originated.
Well, that's exactly where they assume. When you have your mass concentration inside of one borders, that's pretty much where the fuck it comes from.
Well,
Hence,
SARS
COVID
definitely
is
came from
Chinese
Hong
virus.
Kong, didn't it?
Yeah, SARS started in Hong Kong, but it was in the SARS Peninsula.
The
or
SARS
something like
district.
that. Yeah, there's
Same
like
thing with MERS, yeah. And those are all COVID derivatives.
That's also a
anyway.
coronavirus.
yeah. Well, COVID is the virus that you get
Yeah.
at the end of that. The communicable happenings of it are corona or MERS or SARS.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you can have COVID, SARS as a collective disease or virus.
Well, yeah, this virus is like a COVID SARS.
It is COVID, SARS. Yeah.
2 or something.
SARS-CoV-2, yes. SARS-CoV-2.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the first mutation of SARS. Well, second.
No, it's not a mutation.
No, it's a mutation. It's a mutation. It's just like the flu. It
COVID-
mutates every year.
The COVID part of it literally means to go from animal to human.
Yes. I don't
Like
have-
that's the COVID part of it is to go from animal to human. And they usually say that it transfers through another medium before getting
Usually, that's how
to
it goes.
people. Yeah.
Right.
There's usually another medium before it comes to people.
Right. Yeah. So with the swine flu, for example, it was actually
Wasn't it like a certain bird or
Yeah,
it was a bird or a mosquito, a bug of
it-
some sort.
it was a bat, and so a bat had the bat flu, whatever that's called, and then a human had the regular flu, and then both
That
of them came in contact with a pig,
Well, that was swine
and
flu,
somebody
right.
That was
ate
able to
it.
transfer the two
Yeah.
to
Right.
mutate
and so
together.
that's how it became a human.
Okay.
This one is bat to chicken to human, allegedly.
Right.
It's where they've traced the markers back to.
Go read the article I gave you.
And
It's
supposedly-
not that.
Supposedly,
not.
It's not that at all. It
supposedly
was
the Wuhan
derived
wet
from a
market-
bat and a mouse. in 2015.
Supposedly, the Wuhan wet market reopened 2 days ago.
Yeah, and still so. My parents did the whole China thing, and I had a conversation with him the other day, especially with Graham being in the hospital and making phone calls back and forth to the family, shit like that. And we had a lengthy conversation the other day, and he talked to me about his trip to China, Hong Kong. He did all those areas when the Olympics were there. When were the last Olympics there? 2016,
So,
20.
Sochi was
Sochi,
Japan, right?
Sochi, right? Yeah. So they were there the week before the Olympics. My father really liked to do a lot of travel to wherever the Olympics were going to happen the week before. I don't want to be there with the crowds, but I want to be there with the military. I feel safe and protected. And it's a brilliant idea. It's a fucking brilliant idea. But the point of the conversation is we were having a conversation because all this, it affects stock markets. We're very vested in markets. It's a world pandemic going on here, and all sorts of shit is happening. And all he kept saying to me was, you have no fucking idea what goes on in China unless you go there.
Right.
Well, yeah. Yeah,
The
that's a fact.
news, the articles,
Yeah.
whatever it is you read, these fucking people, and I love Chinese food.
We highlighted this at the kind of the start of the J7 introduction of this conversation. That
Mhm.
we don't necessarily believe what's coming out of that area as far
No.
as information from a state-run media. It's well established.
They eat anything.
Uh-huh.
Anything.
Well, I mean, when you're poor and fucking hungry, you kind of tend to eat what's around.
No. Western culture is a little bit more fucked up than that. I don't think it has to do with the cost of food, because not for anything. If you can't afford to eat meat, you can become a vegetarian and save a shitload of money. I mean, what the fuck does a vegetable cost?
Not for
An apple,
anything.
$0.29.
That's a Western philosophy to
Well,
be
think about it, bro.
vegetarian or anything. Most civilizations have a well-rounded diet across the board that they inject like roots, vegetables, berries, and proteins, normally consisting of whatever meat's available in the area,
Water
to their
bug,
diet.
water bugs. You gonna go out and eat water bugs, bro?
I don't
No,
live
no.
in an area where that was common, but if I grew up in an area where that was common, yes, that would be what I eat.
No.
It would be something that my stomach is used to. Anthony Bourdain taught the world a whole lot when he went out and did shit. And
He
it was
can
plain
teach
it was
whatever
plain
the
and
fuck,
simply
right?
the fact that you're
Anything
not
with 8 legs.
you're
No,
not going to get the same
actually-
thing everywhere, and
You're
there are
absolutely
there
right. And
there-
actually,
I'll starve.
so when I worked on this video project one time,
Right.
and I worked with a guy. His name, you can look him up. His name is Barrington Irving. He's
Right.
like the first. He was the youngest person to ever go around the world in a plane that he built.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Earhart,
So-
yeah.
he's really interesting
Yeah, but
guy.
Amelia Earhart didn't build her plane.
Didn't build it, yeah.
No, she
Yeah,
didn't.
I was gonna say this is
Yeah.
actually a little
Of
bit
course.
more impressive. I hate
Okay.
to knock on Amelia Earhart, but
No,
that's
my
actually
father
pretty
did.
much more impressive.
Yeah. No
And
doubt.
so after he did that, he decided that he wanted to inspire younger people to do things that they never imagined, right? So he started this series of things where he would go and like do crazy stuff. Like he did this one video where he was like made a meal out of things that he found in the garbage, or he went to a volcano, or he like swam with a bunch of like crazy eels. And one thing that he did was he went to he was in, where was he? I think he was in Morocco or somewhere where there's like a royal family. And this dish they served him was bat soup.
Oh yeah, no. No, thank you.
It's like, and you could like, he showed me footage and like pictures of him with the bat. You could tell that it was literally a bat. right? And the lesson there is supposed to be that, like, you know, this looks gross to you, but this person who's like not destitute by any extent of the imagination, he's a royalty, actually. This is like a very, like, if you don't eat it, it's like disrespectful. So,
Right. It's a cultural
yeah,
understanding
right.
that you have
So,
when you go to regions, but it is also influenced primarily by the fact that in these regions this has
yeah,
been made available,
right,
and this is the customary dishes to the
right,
native
yeah,
people. It,
right,
it
right.
and when people ain't coming and bringing you cows, or people ain't coming and bringing you pigs, or people ain't coming and bringing you chicken, or people ain't coming and bringing you fish, or you don't have access to it, one of those four ingredients, you kind of start to go for whatever's available to you.
Yeah,
And in some of these areas, it literally is nothing but bugs or like
that,
worms or bats
yeah,
or
They eat
other critters.
water
What
bugs.
you would call a critter,
Big motherfucking water bugs.
what you would call a critter in some areas is dinner in others.
yeah. So, I
True.
mean,
And that's even
doing
inside
that,
the United States. There are certain areas of the country that you go to where nobody's worried about trying to eat like a possum or a raccoon or a squirrel or a rabbit or an armadillo or anything like that. They'll go out intentionally, get those, cook those, and eat those. Like,
Nothing wrong with armadillo or pheasant.
wait, no, you're only interjecting your opinion at this point. I'm
What?
just stating
True.
the fact that there are places that all of these are welcome.
yeah, and also even things that even parts of animals that we normally, like Americans, wouldn't eat. Like, for example, we don't eat chicken feet, but like
Yeah, that's
Chinese,
kind of a national consensus. Like, for the
yeah,
most part, the American diet does not consist of the feet of
right,
chickens, but weirdly it does of pigs.
Pig's feet. Yeah, go figure that
yeah,
one out.
Like
Swine flu.
that is a very North American thing,
Yeah.
where it's culturally different in other places.
And
right,
So that's one
too.
example where it's like, feet are on the menu, but it's just different type of feet according to where you go in the world.
Feet and tongue. Go figure those two out. I don't understand that. J7, just so you know, the flu strain responsible for the outbreak in 2009, aka swine flu, was influenza A,
Mhm.
N1H1, PDM09, whatever the
Okay.
fuck that means.
Which
Was
is where
first
H1Z1 came up with their name.
Exactly. It was first detected in the United States of America in April of 2009.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
swine flu is an American
Right.
flu. Swine. H1N1.
Yeah,
COVID,
Which they
whatever the fuck.
derived came from an interaction between people and pork.
yeah.
Hey, Thump.
A pig.
Pigs.
Thump.
Sheep. Fuck cows. Fuck horses. Don't fuck pigs.
Can you bring him in?
Oh, who's him? I don't see
I mean,
him.
Only if I've received all the credentials necessary.
Yes.
I gave you his username.
They don't know how many people were actually killed by the swine flu. It is estimated. You ready for this one, Jess?
Yeah.
Estimated at 151,000
Really?
to 575,000 people who died from it in the first year. Ren, why?
Why?
Because most of them were diagnosed as dying with what?
Pneumonia?
Pneumonia.
I vaguely remember that. I think
Complications of anything is fucking pneumonia.
I vaguely remember that. I remember there were like 3 people in New York who got it. And I was like, well, I guess I don't need to worry about this. I remember that. That's probably a very, like, I don't know.
When did they end the pandemic of the H1N1 swine flu ended? It was first declared an outbreak in June 11th of 2009. It was ended August 10th, 2010. Not to say what we're experiencing now will follow the same lines. I don't want anybody to come back to me and go, well, you said no, I didn't.
Yeah, no one's gonna go to you and say that.
Oh, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised the fucking shit I get in instant messaging after doing these shows. You'd be
No one's gonna
surprised.
be like, I trusted you for my news.
Yeah, well, look, sometimes we try and be factual. And when we are factual, we're usually fucking right. I've heard Thump say shit where I'm going, and then 2 days later, I'm like, what? Thump just said that.
Yeah.
Same thing with fucking Ren, too. And I don't really believe much that comes out of his mouth.
Well, you should, because I'm highly educated.
No, you're highly fucking quarantined with a frontline fucker over there. Now,
Oh, and your girlfriend was exposed. So, hey, same
Well,
shit, different story.
we're all exposed. We're all exposed. That's why I said earlier. if you're
See,
one of those
see,
people-
this is where it's interesting. Like,
Exposed.
you'll sit here and dig on me about like my girlfriend or Thump's girlfriend actually doing the right thing, being on the front line.
That's right,
But
you
no sooner do we come at you going, well, your girlfriend was exposed by a coworker. You're like,
Right.
yeah, we're all exposed. It's
Well,
not a big deal. You
look,
brush it off. You're so fucking apathetic. It's unreal.
let me look that word up. That was an $8 word. Apathetic. Not apathetic.
Oh, you're so apathetic. It's unreal, bro. Yeah, I'm getting my license back Saturday. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go drive one tip of the state to the other tip of the state just because I can.
No, I'm going to see my kids. That's what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Jim Mandrino.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure it does. They're my kids.
Hey, I get it. I'd love to see my son. That ain't happening anytime soon.
That's your own asymptomatic bullshit. You ain't got it. Go out for a fucking drive. Jim Mandrino's in the house.
Hey guys,
I don't see Jim. Where is he?
Jim, turn your video on.
Poor Jim.
well, I'm trying to.
Poor Jim has been like trying to stay alive over Facebook. How are you dealing with all this, Jim?
I'm actually fine. I'm holed up. I got Jesse. I got the kids.
All I'm saying though, Jim, is next time you show me a laundry mat with one washer and fucking dryer in it and talk about it being empty.
You have no idea how crowded that place usually is.
That's
I
crazy.
never
See,
do laundry in my building.
That's the idea that's crazy to me is the fact that you showed me the space and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't expect a lot of people to be in there.
There's usually a line to be there. You have to sign up in our complex.
Oh, I would bet,
For the
considering the fact that like Unit 1A gets to be the people who got it for the morning shift of like Tuesday, the 18th. I could see that definitely being the case, but I couldn't see it being like packed with people waiting their turn.
Well, it usually is packed with people waiting their turn.
Man, y'all must be pumping in the tunes down there. Somebody brings a speaker. There's these little basement hip hop sessions that go.
They turn it into a little disco.
I was gonna say, I know how you are, Jim. I know the parties be popping off around you.
But
I know it's got that definite flavor when the party starts. So I know what it is.
I could imagine Ren's place being the same way. There were many a times where I said to Ren, you gonna come over this weekend? He's like, yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna do laundry, and then I'll be there at like 1 o'clock, and we can jam out all day playing Rock Band. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'll go to the store. I'll pick up, like 2 cases of beer, a bottle of Fireball. What are you thinking, like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning? Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm cool with that. 2 o'clock rolls around, dude. Where are you? He goes, still waiting for a dryer.
Yeah.
Well, fucking bring that shit here.
We've got one in the basement. Are you
Yeah.
Are you saying
No,
that you can't
no,
dry
I
your
still
clothes
remember
here?
you saying you don't wash your hands, Tony.
I
So I'm
don't.
not bringing any shit near you.
I don't wash my hands. I pee. I don't wash my hands. I am not in the habit of pissing on my own hands holding my penis. And by the way, people, my penis is very, very clean. You will find that out when I push it down your throat. It's clean. It's very, very clean.
You know, with as
I
germophobic as I know Jessica to be, I just want to be in studio the day you try and shake her hand next.
Look,
no.
not for anything, Jim. You actually brought her back from where she had tuned all of that out. Like she was literally trying not to listen to how bad it was, so that she wasn't that badly affected. And
Yes.
now you may have caused her to be more traumatized.
She was very happy when I walked away from the mic. She's like, "Oh, thank God, I ain't got to hear his bullshit anymore."
Well, you know, we're all trying not to hear your bullshit, Tony.
Hey, it is what it is. I mean, I am web boy, hear me roar.
Oh God.
I'm like,
And apparently Ren is just wandering around for no reason at all.
Oh yeah, well he also started this show very concerned about the placement of that green screen. And asking me about, all right, so I saw from last week and I moved it down this week so that we wouldn't have to deal with the same kind of thing. And I was really wanting to make sure that type, is this good and everything else. And it's like, I hit the button and he goes, like instantly.
Yeah.
That's why I'm happy I just ordered the green screen and put it up.
Yeah, we were trying to make a case with him last week about, we're like, dude, just put the curtain up. And he's like, I don't want to pick it up and put it down. And da-da-da. I'd just rather do this because it's going to be so much easier for me to manage.
Bomino in the house.
Bomino.
Yeah.
So
Jim,
Tony, you got to eat food from around the world. You got to eat all the delicacies.
No, bro. It's not happening. I'm not eating fucking.
I was like, Webb's not even got thoughts of leaving the country after this.
No, I'm not
He's
eating
gonna lock himself up in like a little bubble and
I'm
like
not
just not
eating-
go anywhere.
water bugs. I'm not eating wombats. I'm not eating.
I've been in Asia. I've eaten spiders. Let me just say this. Do you know what the spider guy does that you don't? He washes his fucking hands.
Look.
That's what he does.
Look, my hand. Look. They're clean. They're clean. Not like last week when I had spray paint all over them.
Did you watch them for at least 20 seconds? Did you sing happy birthday twice while you were washing your hands?
What?
That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to sing happy birthday twice while
Jess,
washing your hands.
the only thing I wash that long are my boys.
No,
Well,
you don't.
Okay, maybe you should use
No,
that
you don't.
to.
No, you don't.
You don't at all.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I wash my hands.
Nope.
I'm in the shower.
Mhm.
I wash my hands after I
Nobody
have a
believes you.
meal. Those are the only times I wash my hands. My face, I can't tell
wash
you
your
when the
face?
last time. I can't tell you when the last time I washed my face was. I
So
washed my
your
face
face
last
just
time I shaved. Does that
looks
count?
like oil and grime and food and shit?
I washed my face the last time I shaved. Does that count?
Sure, but you should wash your face way more often than that.
Why? Why? So I can dry it out?
All I'm saying is if you don't wash your face that much, I feel sorry for your girlfriend at
Well,
certain times of the night.
Perfect skin. I got beautiful, soft, perfect skin.
That is transmitting diseases even as we speak.
You don't live in China. Those people are Purell fucking eating motherfuckers. Not,
Mhm.
No.
Uh,
I don't need to live behind a mask. My skin is nice. I'm Italian, so I have a nice oily base skin that gets washed when I take a shower. I don't need to wash my hands 26 times a day.
I'm not going to
out,
shake your hand now.
I mean, I'm not shaking your hand like ever again.
don't go out of the house. All you fuckers who hoarded Purell who don't leave the house and bathing in it, I hope your fucking skin dries up and cracks and you bleed to death.
Mhm.
That's what
How do
I
you really feel?
That's what I hope. You stole all the shit from people who really fucking needed it, first off. You stole it from the people who couldn't fucking have it or buy it to begin with. You should fucking die of dry skin. Fuck you.
Yeah, nice deflection there.
Right.
From talking about your dirty face to
First
talking
off,
about
If you
other
would stop
people.
if you was
Purell. Mm-hmm.
every fucking thing every 30 minutes, half of the shit that happens in this world wouldn't have happened. The shit that comes out of China is because they're so hypoallergenic, it's pathetic.
No, it's not. It's
Oh,
basic science. It's a high concentration of people in a small space. That is the
Yeah.
very recipe
Yep.
for any disease. If you want to say they're making themselves less susceptible because they're using antibacterial soap, that's great. But understand, you should also believe in the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus, because there is zero fucking science behind that statement. None.
Whoa, time out. Do not get down on the fucking Easter Bunny or Santa Claus. You can have your way with the Tooth Fairy, but those two motherfuckers I like a lot.
I have had my way with the Tooth Fairy,
That's,
and that is deflection once again.
that is fine, because I'm waiting for the Tooth Fairy to lose her teeth so I can have my way with her. Santa,
It's not going to happen because she wants a dude who washes his hands.
Santa and the Easter Bunny are totally off limits, okay? Because those two dudes are cool, if they're dudes at least. I'm pretty sure the Easter Bunny's dude, depending on based on the Nestle's Quick guy, it's got to be a dude.
It's always got a pink tail,
God,
so I don't know.
It's about to get even better.
Hey,
How's
Jim,
this about to get better?
Uh-oh.
who you bringing in now? Oh, there you go. Oh, it's Kevin Gauthier in the house.
Boys.
Comics.
So, and lady, what's up with your fucking gay asses?
Cutting the sacred cow in the house. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me do the right thing while he's here. Hold on. Look. See how quick I am, motherfucker? Let me bring that in more. Yeah.
You got stickers there? Look at that. I actually have postcards now. We were supposed to be at the studio last week, but Israel said, nah, I don't want to go in, run the risk of getting, contaminated with you filthy mongrels. So we did it from home. So next time I come in, I have a bunch of postcards for you guys to have at your disposal and to use as toilet paper in case you run out down there at the studios.
Just make sure you let me know so I can bring some equipment back in there.
Yeah.
Of course I will.
Yeah, just make sure you let me know first, and I'll come hang out. Jim, what are you doing Tuesday? You want to do the 8-Bit Bro show from the studio and say fuck all? I'll wash my hands, I promise.
I would have to witness you washing your hands.
You want to?
I would have to visibly see you wash your hands.
You can watch. I'm good with that. I'm not pee shy.
Yeah, but I can tell you right now who's not coming in. I don't think J7 or Ren are coming in.
No.
Ren's not going anywhere, and I respect that. Ren's infected. He's got the COVID.
Is he really?
No. He's his babe is a frontline worker. His babe is a nurse, so he's doing the right thing, and I applaud him for that. I mean, I busted your balls today, Ren. Come over here and do the show. I was joking with you. I get it. Trust me. I understand. But yeah, his babe is a frontline worker. She's a nurse in a major hospital, dealing in the ER. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. So she's bringing on him, suck a dick, whatever's going on over there. So he is frontline infected.
I'll tell you what. I have been with this girl for almost a year. I have not seen the same person come home the past 2 shifts.
Oh, I would have left her by now then.
Yeah.
It's no. It's literally like, not to make jokes or make funny about it. Like, she comes home and she is witnessing some shit that just doesn't want to share.
Nope, that
It's called human suffering.
Yeah, that's frontline COVID shit. None of us want to know that. None of us want to be there.
No, and meanwhile, we're on a radio show with patient 0.
Yeah, Ren's like the monkey from Outbreak.
No, not Ren. Web Boy.
No,
Web Boy does not wash his hands.
I don't wash my hands. I am fuck shy in front of big black dudes. What else?
How many opportunities do you have to fuck in front of big black guys? I think that's the real more apt question to ask.
Just one, and I blew it. Oh, I know.
Hey, Ren.
How about we throw that picture up on the transmission?
SLP said, "Tell your woman thank you."
She's doing the job that none of us want to do.
Jim, turn on your camera, man.
I'm trying to turn my camera on. I can't figure it out. I'll be honest with you.
Okay, tap on the phone screen.
I'm tapped
and
on the phone
then
screen.
hit the one that looks like a camera.
All right. Dudes, I'm trying. I am trying.
It's
my
not
damnedest.
rocket science.
They're only
bro.
doing it so they can see you, because right now it's still just a 4-person screen because it's just easier.
Uh,
Oh,
did I get on?
No, you didn't get on. You didn't get off. You didn't get up. You didn't get down. Yeah. Fuck.
I wish I could force him to turn camera on right now.
Fuck.
Me?
Yeah, remotely turn your camera on.
There's a camera icon. Ironic is using a device that could record or broadcast this call. I don't
In the
care.
Oh, you
bottom
gotta get no.
part of your phone.
Oh,
Kev, can you believe this?
how about this?
He
The
has
com-
I
to
can't
have,
believe I called in the witnesses for shit.
Hey.
All right.
I finally got it.
Now
Now
I'll
Hold.
phone sideways. Turn
Ah,
it
there you go.
sideways.
Yeah.
Is
No,
that-
look.
is
got
that
it the
what you
right
want?
way first,
No,
John.
he's on Facebook or some shit. It don't fucking. You're fucked. You're in. That's it.
Yeah, that's all you're getting from me.
And
this
just
is why-
remember, people, this is new media comedy. I've seen some great fucking shit come out of there. It's filmed fabulously. And here's the director producer of 99% of the shit who can't get his phone right.
Here's the.
I
Here's
just
the
love
thing.
that
He's
Jim
a,
is
he's a
like,
director, not a cameraman.
I am zero tech.
No, I
If
know,
you're relying on me
That's-
for
yeah,
tech, you are fucked.
I know. That's Marcos. That's Riggy's. Yeah, I get it.
Yep.
I get it.
Even John G. When we
No,
have the list
calm
of technical
down now.
people,
Calm down. Don't give John G that much credit.
oh, trust me, he's doing a lot more than I do.
oh,
All right, so we
Check
got.
my-
I
Yeah,
know. I've
him,
talked.
I've
I
already
know.
built
I've
him.
talked to him.
Goatee to come on the show. Let me go see if I can get John G to come on the show.
There you go.
oh my God, that'd be hysterical.
So
He's
we
trying to get everyone on the show.
We got
Yeah, all
all
I gotta
sorts
do
of
is
shit
call
going
him.
on here tonight. We got Kevin Goatee in the house. We got Jim and June in the house. Kevin, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How are you holding up? Because for the last like a good 6-8 months, your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever fucking social media feed has been loaded with "Hi, see me in Turks and Caicos."
That was 5 years ago, Turks and Caicos. It was Aruba this year.
I'm over
Oh
here.
wait, no. Grant Canyon was 2 months ago.
So
Grand Cayman was last year, and then the last 2 years, and the Aruba was just this past month. Oh,
Okay,
sorry,
okay.
February. So, yeah.
Vegas, Florida, wherever.
Vegas is booked for August. It's dirt cheap. I highly advise you guys to book a trip now. It is insanely cheap. I booked the Cosmopolitan for mere pennies on the dollar, it seems. But yeah, I was supposed to go to Florida for spring training, but fucking Corona screwed that up. So
Oh yeah.
Trust-
yeah,
Trust
no,
me.
it's my jet setting ways have been curtailed for a hot minute.
Right.
So Ren,
So
does he
what
want to be added?
exactly did you pay for Vegas in August?
I paid for so I got there was a bunch of us going, but the split of just a typical queen bed, 2 queens in a room, but with a balcony, the Cosmopolitan, my end is $650 all in for 4 nights.
That's stupid money.
It's insanely fucking, and I'm flying out on miles, first class on miles. So this trip's gonna fucking be a pittance. So yay.
Stupid. Last time I
Yeah.
looked,
More money to gamble with.
1,300 for
You're
everything.
goddamn right. Yeah, it's stupidly cheap. In fact, we have our national meeting in New Orleans in July. I was talking to my boss today, and she goes, "We're probably going to book soon. My buddy may tag along, fly out with me to go hang and crash in my room while I go sit through meetings and bullshit." Look at the prices today. To fly to New Orleans on the days we're flying is $198 round trip on United.
Time out. He's talking New Orleans. Wait a second.
I've never been there. I
What?
have to go there, but I heard it's a
Well,
dump.
here comes John now. That's
John G.
wait a
The office too.
Now, John, fix your camera. What's wrong with you?
Just angle it down a little. You've never been down to New Orleans, Kevin?
No, I haven't, because I heard it's a white trash Venus flytrap. That's why I've never.
It's one of the
It
greatest
is.
cities in the world.
It is. It is.
Is it? I
Wait,
hear
hold
it's
on.
very hit or miss,
It
Jim.
is, Kevin, and don't let these idiots tell you any different. It
Yes.
literally is. I've got family from there. Very cultured to the area. Absolute Cajun Cajun
Dude,
swamp
Rose.
trap.
Hey, Bros,
Ugh.
we're all going to crash his fucking trip now. When are you going, Kevin?
I'm going. I forgot the exact date. It's like July 16th. It's the night after the Guns N' Roses show at the Giant Stadium, which I'm going to, as a matter
All right,
of fact.
the one you wasted your money on. That's right. That's right.
What? The
Roses.
show
Yeah.
the first show was amazing. Eat a
And,
dick.
Chinese.
That show will be canceled in the next week.
No,
No, it won't.
I've got.
It won't. This is gonna be all fixed the next month and a half.
It very well could be.
It will be.
Stop it! I've got concert tickets to like 30 fucking shows so far. No,
You're losing a lot of them, my friend.
no canceling.
I
You're
lost.
losing a lot of
I
them.
lost Pee Wee Herman at the Beacon last week. That sucked.
All right, I've seen Pee Wee Herman. You didn't lose that much.
We need to watch Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and he do Q&A. Jim, that's a score right there.
Oh no, that's I love Pee Wee, but that is a bad live show.
Oh wait,
Is
no,
it?
I got to see
Shit.
Jay and Silent Bob last year. That was fucking mint.
Kevin, you
Yeah.
said the
Was
TV
it?
show, right? I was.
That was great. The Q&A was on point.
I mean,
Jason Mewes talked. It was like literally curtains unfolded. Jason Mewes talked all about his drug addiction, and it was in Asbury, so it was like close to home, and it was so good.
I mean, I read that in all Kevin Smith's books. I've seen it all. I've heard it all. You know, what else is he doing besides that? And his one-man show when he had the heart attack, that was good.
Yeah, I
When
was
he
gonna
became
say he
a
had a heart
person.
attack. That's the one thing he's done outside
I-
of the rest of that. Yeah.
I was at
Damn.
the Q&A.
Mallrats 2 will be
Yeah, I had a
fucking on
heart
point.
attack. I mean,
I
Yeah.
was at the Q&A for.
Well, the
Kevin-
fact that he ran a 6-month show on the fact that he had a heart attack was what kind of was the poke. But
Yeah, and I saw it before he had the heart attack. The Q&A down at the was it the
was
Camp
it like
Vince?
the thing
Was it
Ariana
Camp Vince?
Huffington did? I mean, not with a heart attack, but she did fall on her face and pass out.
Oh.
Like Ariana Huffington, she
Uh-huh.
No.
apparently she
Hey.
like
Hey, John, I can see your glasses.
He still
Half
can't
your
turn that
face.
camera down just
Yeah,
a little.
all
right?
you gotta do is nudge
'Cause
it down just a little bit. I don't get the silhouette with the blue in the corner either, Santa.
and we
Kevin,
can't
what
hear
is
you. I
the,
don't think your mic is working.
What is that litho behind you? Yankee Stadium? Kevin?
His mic's not working.
Yeah. Sorry, that's the '96. I'm sorry, no, that's the Giants Super Bowl in '06. That's the Rangers in '94, and that's the Yankees in '96 on the far wall in the corner. And there's Don Mattingly with all those baseball cards of every year he's played.
I'm going to have to put up some of my lithos so you can see them or at least take photos of them. Yeah.
I like how John G has you see his view like you're looking through a hotel like peephole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is exactly what I was thinking too.
Yes.
He'll
This
be
is exactly what Erin Andrews had to look through as she was getting stalked while she was getting naked.
he'll be arrested at some point. So with Kevin in the house, you
John,
get people
John,
out
your mic is not registering.
there.
John, you might be on mute, buddy.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say Webb's not gonna give you an opportunity to actually clarify whether you're speaking either. So
Well, yeah, I am, but he's still got to turn his fucking cam down a bit. Look, he's got no mic. Either that or he's just doing that
he's pantomiming a Skype
Yeah.
call.
Chinese fucking subtitles. Can somebody put that up real quick? Give me Chinese. Just put COVID on every time he speaks. That's all we need to do.
Wow.
Damn.
And this is why Bubble Boy has his title.
Yeah.
Bubble Boy is fucking going for a ride in 3 days.
Where are you going?
The length of the turnpike
Yeah, that's
or
his
length
plan.
of the parkway. Okay, I physically get a piece of paper back that New Jersey Department of Motor Vehicles decided to keep for a little while.
The day he gets his license back.
And when they took that away from me, I decided to go buy a race car, which you saw,
I
Which-
did.
which has basically, I haven't driven, sitting in my driveway. In fact, the babe has been driving it, so I'm sure I'm going to get it back with no fucking clutch. When that happens, I'm taking my ass and my 360 horsepower and going for a ride. I'm out. I waited.
Just like Paul Walker did at the end of Fast and the Furious 6. How ironic.
Yeah, and that's with a Q, just so you understand.
And Tony, might I suggest you drive someplace where you can wash your hands? That would be a good
Right in
place
the
for you
ocean.
to drive to.
Drive somewhere with a sink.
Yeah.
This is what I don't understand. I am locked in my house like the rest of you. Why do I need to be bathing in Purell? Where am I going?
Because you
Nobody's-
haven't washed your hands for the past 10 years you've lived in the house.
I took a shower today. That constitutes washing hands. I
Oh,
shower
good for you.
one time a day. It's
Hold
all
on, hold on. How many times do you think you've touched something that Juice has touched?
They don't live here. I haven't seen him in 2 weeks.
Okay, but that doesn't answer my question. How many times do you think you've touched something that he's touched?
No, this house has been wiped down.
I swear I just want to go to your house when you're not there and rub my balls on everything you own.
No, you don't.
So you
don't
understand
want.
this.
You
No, you don't
want
want to
those
do that.
diseases.
You don't
want
want to do
those
that,
diseases.
Jim.
All right, maybe bring a homeless guy and let him do it.
Well, oh, gee, thanks.
All right,
Hey,
there you go.
you remember the South Park episode where they were like, "So we want to give our parents like herpes," and they brought the hooker in and made her like use their toothbrushes and combs and everything inside
God.
of all of the houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do that to Webb.
What you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Seriously, bro?
I mean, you don't watch
That's
up
what we're
enough,
doing.
so it's not that
You gotta
idiotic.
mercy on your soul.
He probably doesn't change his sheets often and uses the same towel for months on end.
No.
And he wears like the same underwear.
That he got from a Yankees giveaway day.
No.
No, he doesn't use the same towel because his babe, who does his laundry, because he doesn't do the laundry,
Did we
takes the
lose Georgie?
towel every 3 to 4 days and washes it for him.
No, I only use the same towel twice. It's the same thing with my jeans. I only wear them twice.
Once on your nuts and then right to your face.
Well, yeah, I only wear the jeans twice unless it's like summer. Then that's a one-time deal because
He's got swamp ass.
Commando. Yeah, so I'm only wearing my shorts in the summer like once. But twice for the jeans, twice for a towel because the first time you're rubbing yourself off, that's drying off. And then the second time,
You must smell like the Tiger King's compound right now.
No fucking way.
I have only watched one fucking episode of the fucking Tiger King.
I watched
and,
half of
and
it.
that is how I feel about it.
Tiger King.
Watch them all. It's amazing.
I've heard
Terrible show.
I've heard the other end of it is if you really want to. They say that it's a documentary that was about one thing, and by the end of it, it is completely a question of something else.
They just reopened the case into that bitch's fucking husband. Okay, that do not watch this show. It's pointless.
That's great.
You have to watch it just for the music video. What show?
The first episode had the music video that was actually pretty fucking good.
But you can watch that on YouTube. You don't have to watch the fucking show.
Yeah, I was gonna say Joe Exotic. I was gonna say what's his name, Joey Exotic or Joe?
Joe
Exotic.
Yeah.
I mean, the man has got a fantastic internet persona.
Kevin over there is going, oh, Joe Erotic is going to be the fucking Halloween costume of the season.
No. The sexy Joe Exotic. That's my costume I patented, all right?
Oh,
so you know what I want to do, actually? I want to find two friends, and I want we want to have our Halloween costumes be like, Joe Exotic and his husband.
Oh, man.
Oh. Which one?
He ruined the first guy. That was the saddest part of that story, because you look at the first guy start talking about, I was with Joe for like 11 years, and you're like, oh man, 11 years ago you actually were kind of on your way to doing something else than being.
And he had teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about Yuck Mouth.
Oh man, poor Joe's original 2009 lover.
Yeah. And then he met the other guy, and then he married him too. Oh man. Oh, but that's nothing compared to the other guy. the guy that's got like the cult with like the women that he trained, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
trained
Trains
mean
to handle
everyone's
the
hero?
big cat.
to how to handle tigers. Like
That's right.
he like
Got to teach him
on his
how to handle
website,
those big cats.
you could volunteer to like learn from him on like how to like
I like
handle,
the
like,
fact that
dog
he
animals.
considers it volunteering.
Yeah. But then you like go over there and you live there, and apparently you live in like a shack, and
And get $100 a week.
No, they get nothing.
No, they got $100 a week. The guy said, he goes,
Okay.
I make $450 after taxes, whatever it is.
They get some sort of monetary compensation besides dick sucking.
Someone said he had his teeth during, but Netflix omitted it.
See, what upsets me about all of this is I sort of
Netflix omitted his teeth.
I sort of respect Kevin's opinion on certain movie things besides fucking The Big Lebowski.
That movie sucks balls on a style. Die that fucking hill. Come at me, bro.
Fucking Ron Barber. None of you know what the fuck you're talking about, okay?
That film is so boring and overhyped and just underdeveloped
God.
and overrated as fuck.
Stop it. You know what? I'm gonna come
So
on.
you're saying it's the Dark Knight?
Me,
You son of a bitch, Mandrinos.
me and
It wasn't
The Dark Knight
quarantine. I worked
blows.
right down there and set you straight.
me and Ren are gonna come on the show and we're gonna argue fucking Galaxy Quest, okay?
Galaxy Quest
Galaxy
sucks,
Quest is
but
good.
you can.
Galaxy Quest is a great fucking movie. How could you say it sucked? You're the same.
But you can't. Well, that's the thing. You can't come on and argue that it's good. That's not the point of the show. You silly goose.
I know. That's what sucks is because every movie I would come on is a good fucking movie.
They
How-
did. He
how do you-
said they omitted the part where his teeth were actually getting fixed.
Oh shit.
Oh,
So
yeah,
like
that was-
sensationalized his non-toothiness.
That was the lover. He just
Non-toothiness.
Yeah.
yeah, he just. I mean, that shit was over the internet yesterday or the day before.
I was gonna say it was phrased in. He was upset about that. I read the interview on the shitter.
Yeah, on the shitter. Hey, did you wash your hands after? Because well, I wash my hands after I take a shit, Jim. If that matters to you, I do.
It
It
does.
kind of does.
I mean, he's in
It does.
Ohio on
Barometer.
self-quarantine, so.
Every now and then you get that little, you wipe and you miss and you get it on your finger and you look at it and you wipe it with a paper towel and then you lick it.
Ew.
Too much information.
Look, it's kind of like
And is that how the Saints score a touch when the Saints score a touchdown? New Orleans, is that how you guys celebrate?
Oh, Giant fan, listen to you, Giant fan.
I will with our 1, 2, 3, 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah. Four with back.
That's more than one, right,
With
guys?
quarterbacks.
Matt? Simple math? Okay, just check.
It's okay. Take it with your backups. It's all good.
Like,
Can't win it,
back.
Spain, man. It's all good.
You know how much money I lost on Drew Brees in the playoffs the last 2 years? A lot.
A
Me-
lot.
A lot of money I lost on Drew Brees the last 2 years. A lot.
You know what? Ren also. Trust us. Big time amounts of money.
He
time.
gags up big time in these playoffs, guys. I mean, everyone you forget that, but not me, not anymore. Dude, I am done betting on Breeze in the fucking playoffs. He is cancer.
You can get me 5,000 during the regular season, but when you lose 5,000 in the postseason, it don't help.
Yeah, it's not a good even Steven. That's for sure. Definitely not for sure. But
Oh yeah.
Really?
How's it going, Paul?
what's that? Is that Sally? Is that Sally?
Yeah, was that Sally or was that Rosie?
No, he's not going to answer.
He's
No.
not.
Yeah.
It's a bad joke. That's why Jim's not going to answer that. He knows better to answer the shitty jokes.
I try to avoid the really shitty jokes.
He tried.
Oh, wait, hold on. You want
Well,
shit?
that's why.
Let
That's
me-
why you need Jim. You're a fucking professional.
If you want shitty jokes, let me instant message Paul right now and get him in here.
You know what?
Zing.
Until you start washing your hands, I'm not even going to answer your instant messages anymore.
Fine. I'm quarantined. What do I need to wash for? The fucking store is closed at 7:00 tonight. What the fuck is that?
Hey Jim,
Hey,
did
Jim.
did you catch the beginning of the show where we listened to these two in that household rant about the fact that they couldn't leave and go to a store at 8:00?
Stores are
I-
closed at 7
I did
p.m.
not hear that.
7 p.m. Can't buy beer, can't buy cigarettes.
They
John.
were so
Can't buy
angry.
beer,
That's
can't
what
buy
led to
cigarettes.
the
Where do you
fireball.
live? Salt Lake City?
No, you know where I'm at. I'm in fucking South Amboy. I'm down the block
You're
from
gonna
the,
joke, Jesus
I'm
Christ.
down
You
the
could have
block
just
from
gone earlier in the day. What else are you
fucking
doing?
Buc-ee's.
Dude, it made them so mad that they brought out liquor. They were
All right,
like,
then-
fuck it, we're drinking Fireball.
Web Boy does not need an occasion to bring out liquor.
Oh no, it wasn't even motivated purely by him. This was
No, it's
actually
bitch.
all heard. This was all heard off camera, and she's the one that came in and goes, "Here's your shot because shit's fucked up."
If I were hanging out with his unwashed hands ass, I'd be drinking too.
I don't know. I'd be pouring
Hey,
liquor
Jim,
on
wait,
him.
look,
But
it's still frozen. I can wash. I can wipe my hands on it and then.
What are you starting a fire on Survivor?
Count? No, they're wet. I ain't starting nothing. Does that count? I washed them. Fireball.
Did you use soap?
No, I use Fireball. Alcohol kills coronavirus.
Oh my god.
You know what else kills? Hopes and dreams.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Oh my God.
Cheers to you too.
Cheers, you guys.
all right,
Fucking
well
Fireball. What are we? Two little sorority girls?
you definitely got the Ohio viewership interested. They were like, "Oh, finally shots."
Finally, it's been the whole fucking show.
He's like, "I'm in." He's got Bullet Rye.
Really? Bubble Boy, huh? I appreciate that. Really.
oh, somebody
Yeah.
finally tuned into their own
No,
show.
No, I thought it was appropriate to comment at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks,
All
Frank.
right.
Appreciate it.
Listen, I gotta bounce you guys. Go wash your fucking hands for the love of Christ. Do us all a favor. We don't have fecal spraying, material over the studio when we return to that place. So,
Yeah, good
but the
luck
rest,
there,
the rest of you
Kevin.
people who wash your hands, God bless, and thank you for doing the Lord's work. I will see you hopefully sooner than later.
Corvid
Yeah.
2020
Have
can
fun
go
in your
through
room if you make it.
in-house comics, watching comics available
Yeah.
on
Oh,
Amazon.
Jim, you got my drive, right? You got my drive in the mail?
Oh, what? The one you fucking put through the mail slot, you idiot? You
Oh no,
fucking
it gets better.
Drop.
He put
Jesus Christ, I'm in a fucking China.
He put it in a regular envelope and just mailed it with no extra padding.
It's not true. I put paper towel in there.
No, paper.
There is a paper towel in the box.
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
And it was in the original box it came in, which was heavy reinforced cardboard. It wasn't like I threw it in there bare. Let's not fucking forget details, gentlemen.
All right, let me. I'm going before Jim.
That's right. He
Threw it
wasn't
away.
raw dogging packages through your slots now.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I stand corrected.
Mail slot in the door. The mailman comes up and opens the little fucking door,
And
Put the-
flings the shit in.
puts the mail in the slot, and then fucking slams it so it shoots into the door.
Yeah.
There, Kevin Goatee puts a hard drive in the mail.
It's gonna be interesting when I finally get down there and try and plug it in if it actually works.
Mine.
It will 100% work. It was in a fucking reinforced cardboard box
Wait,
with paper
question.
towel in the envelope. Trust me.
What type of hard drive is it? Is it like SSD or is it like
No,
HDD?
it's not SSD.
It's
Come on.
It's
I've been with
HDD.
fuck-
Yeah.
Oh.
29 hard drive that he loaded up with fucking data, put in the mail, and the mailman just said through this mail slot.
Gentlemen, what are the odds that it's working? Thump?
Yeah.
10%?
No, actually, I'm gonna lean a little bit heavier. I'm gonna have a little faith for Kevin in hopes that this actually works out, and I'm
Don't
gonna
do it.
give him 65%.
Don't.
99. Jesus Christ. You guys are all doomsayers.
Jessica, what's your bet?
I'm gonna give it 70%.
She's
70%?
giving you 70%.
There you
At it,
go.
bro.
There you go. Tony, what's your theory? Tony's got it at 0. All right.
Yeah, exactly. That shit hit the floor.
Well, listen, I tell you this: if Tony touched the drive with his hands, then I would say it's a 0% chance of surviving. But I give it a lot because he didn't touch it.
John G, what do you think? 30%?
Bullshit.
We're gonna need
I
our
don't know. I opened up that envelope. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck.
It is.
Ren, what do you think? Are you there?
Now? Why are we waiting?
Minus 3%.
There you go.
Kev, look, I mean,
You guys are shitty bookmakers. This is why I make money and you don't.
Yeah.
It's
So
because
I
you
make
money
make
because
just
you
as
could be
money as
spending a lot of it on
much money as you
archives.
probably do.
DFS.
On
I
the
just don't
bets?
brag about it.
No, on the bets I'm talking.
Kevin, I'm just going to say it to you right now. DFS Fantasy Foreplay live Saturday through
Sure,
Sunday.
you guys got that. I'll take the NFL sides and totals.
78% hit rate last year. Ain't no fucking major bookie in the world who can say that. 78%. While you were
Kevin's like,
prevalent
All right. I
fucking
want proof.
Vegas and Florida and Turks and Caicos, we put that shit in the stock and cash the fuck out.
We did throw some more money in the stock market, so this is hopefully going to turn around soon and send me on another trip somewhere with free money. Football season.
I'm teasing the man, but during football season, NFL jibber jabber.
Yeah.
Kevin, you've also got another sign in from the internet on the probability, and he's saying even if it's a spinning platter drive, he's giving you 70%.
Aha!
Fuck.
Aha!
Boom.
I've got someone else who agrees with me. It's about 70%. I think that's a good chance
Thank you.
that it'll work.
I'll take those odds.
If you handed it over here, I guarantee you I can get at least 90% of the data off of it if it crashed.
All right. As long as you wear rubber gloves, I don't want your duty-infested fingers touching my shit.
I guarantee it, though. I've got FBI forensic software on my machine. I am an IT guy. I got
Not
shit.
the one he put through the mail slot. You could.
Oh no! I could. I guarantee it. I fucking put it.
If you ain't taking the platters out of that motherfucker and doing something else with
Hey, Kev, have they sent you a picture of what the post office did to it yet?
No.
Because now I'm starting to be worried because John's the one that's seen it.
What is it, a Mexican hat dance on it?
Here's all you need to know. John opened the mail. He saw what it was, and I get a text going, "Didn't we tell Kevin about putting shit through the mail slot?"
I didn't put the first one. The second one I mailed.
Yes, which goes through the mail slot. That's what mail does.
It wasn't him. It was the mailman. It's not his.
Yeah.
Well, it's only his fault because he sent it through the
You
mail.
shouldn't have sent him mail it then. Shit. I even said, "What's your address?" I'll mail it. Ah, here you go. I thought you guys were still around there. That's why. Because actually, that was when we were supposed to come in. So that's why I said, okay, that's why I dropped the mail. You guys were still going to be in the studio.
Yeah, we still are in the studio. They just put it through the mail slot.
Awesome.
I'm gonna put my.
As long as you didn't Gronkowski spike it, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, ask New Year's about that. Ask Steve Harvey Lego Head about how that goes down.
Right.
Good Lord. All right,
gentlemen.
kids. Listen, stay safe. Have fun with Fireball. Hugs and kisses. Avita Zen, as we say. And check out good old Gutting the Sacred Cows. You guys love it. Thank you so much, boys and girls. See you later. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Late, Kevin Goatee out. Gutting the Sacred Cow, soon to be on Ironic Radio. You can check him out over there on Amazon. Comics Watching Comics. You can check him out over on his Facebook pages, Instagram, Twitter, wherever the fuck you can find Kevin Goatee.
Oh, you know where else you can find him, Tony?
Goatee. Where?
Washing his fucking hands. That's where you can find him.
Washing his hands. What is this one's over here is counting fucking numbers off. Like, oh, we're about off air now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, I'm just stretching my fingers, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, she's getting ready to type you a serious message.
You know, The more she does that, the more turned on I get with the stretching of the fingers. Kevin
Al-
Goatee, everywhere you can find
Also,
him.
Kevin Goatee's support might have had a change of heart because he did kind of see like the reaction that we all had when John was like, "I don't know about what came through the mail slot." The online guy here wants to know about, did he kick it across the floor? And he's like, if that's the case, maybe it's a different story.
No, they just shoved it and it went through a 2-foot drop on a Seagate drive.
Yeah. The mailman just puts it in the slot and goes, pushes it right through. That's it. You could find mail down the fucking hallway. That's it.
Yep.
It's a mail slot in the door.
He didn't even put it like a fragile on it.
Nope, not Kevin.
No,
Not Kevin.
fragile.
He ain't putting fragile on nothing. The wife don't understand it, so why should he? No, it's not happening. No.
I don't even know what that means, but it sounded kind
I
of.
was like,
raunchy.
there is an inside joke inside of that. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's weird. But
Yeah.
No inside joke. It may take a few minutes to figure it out, but there's no inside joke there. What happened to Ren?
he's
I'm right
weird.
here, bro.
You're back.
Sitting
You-
right there.
I haven't. I've been here the whole time.
Okay. The last I looked, your chair was sideways, and we were looking at the hallway.
Well, that was about 20 minutes ago, so you haven't been paying attention.
Yeah.
You know,
Take it easy there.
you know,
Have another shot of Fireball, bro.
Yeah,
Steve
the only thing I missed was John coming back into the call.
Well,
Like I
You
missed
missed
the
John coming
I
back
missed
into
the
the
moment
call?
you came back into the call, but once like conversation shifted to you, I was like, hell yeah, he's back. Camera angle's a little different, and we can hear him now.
I switched to my cell phone. This is my cell phone.
oh, he swapped over. Where's
that
Robert?
makes it
Oh,
easy.
that
I-
makes sense.
I
Okay.
need to speak to Robert. Where's Robert been lately? Is he?
He's
hot?
home.
He's
Hey,
hot?
we'll try for Robert Thursday. How about that?
No, I want to talk to Robert because I got that guest, and I think he would fit in perfectly.
Oh,
Call
the
him up.
horror person?
The horror guy, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I think Robert would fit in perfectly because Robert's a big time horror guy.
Mhm.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I think he would fit
Oh,
in
yes, he
perfectly. I'd
is.
want him to sit in on that show and be part of it.
You should ask him about the horror movie he and I are working on.
Oh, how about since you're here, we'll ask you about it.
Yeah, is
We've
that a-
got a really good idea about a horror film about a guy who doesn't wash his fucking hands. That's what the movie's about.
Hey, if you need an editor, I've done at least 7 horror movies in my career, so I'm well adept at horror.
They were all porn horror flicks.
No, none of them were poor.
I'm gonna cast Tony in the lead on
No,
this one.
no,
Except we're gonna have to use stunt hands.
When it comes
No,
to
you're gonna have to use stunt cast outside of him. If you're gonna use him in the movie, you need to use stunt cast.
when it comes to
You
Ren,
should get
just
one
look
of those,
up
like
Joe
bubble
Dog.
things to keep him in it, and then just put like a camera inside.
Yeah,
Right?
and CGI everything outside of that.
Whoa! Time out. There is no camera going inside anywhere, Jess.
Oh, really?
Tony, you're in your 50s. You've had a camera in you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, come
No,
on.
not yet, Jim. Not yet. I have.
Yeah, he has refused that trip to the doctor.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, Webb, they don't do that anymore. Now it's done by a blood test.
Yes, I know. But my doctor would probably be like, "Yo, bend over," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, that's not happening."
They're still gonna put a camera up your ass.
Mhm.
And you know what they're gonna put
Yeah,
up there?
actually,
Purell.
actually, they probably caught an episode, and they are definitely sticking a camera up your ass.
You know, as long as my babe's at the controls, I'm good with it. I've told her the same
I
thing.
don't know if that's necessarily how you should feel about that moment.
When it
That's called revenge.
I was
Well,
gonna say
I
I've met his woman, and I don't know if he wants her in control of anything that's going into his ass.
That would be payback.
when it comes to your babe,
Like,
do
I
unto
know.
others that they would do unto you.
No, I would
Oh,
like
God.
to trust my babe, but I'm also not an idiot.
Well, and I still am. Yes, that's where you always will have the one up on me. I am still the idiot.
Yeah, I'm not letting my woman have any control over anything that's going up my tutor.
I got pictures all on my dick and every day, sucking on my balls, licking on my balls.
Like she
So
deals,
we're not worried about Facebook throwing us off anymore.
Nah, she deals with all my bullshit. So I'm definitely not wanting her to deal with my actual.
What, baby?
We're not afraid of Facebook. Fuck Facebook.
Yeah, look, Zuckerberg shut down Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and then he shut it down last week one time too, and that's fine. I told him, fuck him.
That prick has come after us how many times?
Yeah, I'm not even fucking with him.
Public letter.
I sat for 6 hours watching no frames drop over 3 weeks, and he kicked me off 3 different times that weren't this.
Apparently, we got a grudge happening.
It's all a bunch of shit. Fuck Facebook. Don't matter. We don't need Facebook. We got YouTube, Mixer, Twitch. Unlike that fucking.
Yo, I would love to be able to figure out a way to make this a dedicated Twitch community, like purely. Because right now is that moment to seize.
Well, see that's a huge conversation for anybody out there doing podcasts, and I'm in the and I think we all are. I'm not sure. We're all in that group of like promote your podcast or whatever the fuck it is on Facebook with like I don't know 130,000 podcasters out there. There are a slew of people who are just starting their podcasts now.
Hey everybody, get ready for a link.
And
Get ready for a link in Skype.
And all I have to say is to all those people, go for it. Go for it, because now is the time.
It has a subsection. It is fully dedicated.
Gentlemen, I need to bolt out of here now. I will talk to you guys later.
Go. What are you doing Tuesday? You want to do the show in the studio? I'll be there Tuesday. I'll wash.
I'm not going until you make a commitment to wash your hands.
Wash my hands for you, Jim.
There you go. Then I might actually be there.
Yeah, so let's do a show over there. I can't take any more of this social fucking bullshit.
Because he's fucking apathetic.
Oh,
Yeah.
stop it, frontline fucker. Go ahead.
You're apathetic, bro. Admit you're apathetic. You sit here on one hand and say everyone should do the right thing and all these assholes and idiots, but yet at the same time you're like, I need to get the fuck out of the house and
I
go
need
do
to be
shit.
an asshole idiot.
I am going to let you guys go on that note. Talk to you later, gentlemen.
Later, Jim.
Jim Mendrinos in the house. New Media Comics Studios. You can check out Jim. Go check out his classes. Sign up. You know what? We'll post the info out there. Go sign up for Jim's classes. How to be a comedian. How to learn how to fucking do comedy. How to do stand-up. How to be a fucking human being. Jim will teach you it all. We'll put that info out there tomorrow. Santa Claus still in the house. Jungle.
Santa Claus is still here.
Santa Claus is still like working, even though I'm sure half his restaurants are closed.
Oh, it don't matter. It's
They still do takeout.
That's
yeah,
right.
they can still do takeout.
You were able to convert all of yours. You were able to convert all your.
He's an essential employee.
There's a bunch that closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much percentage of business do you think you're gonna lose over this?
Oh, I lost the fucking shit ton.
Did you sign up for unemployment yet? Self-employed?
You can't get unemployment when you're self-employed.
Yes,
you can, but you can. It's a little more complicated, but
no, it's not. You are now classified as anybody else. I signed up today for unemployment.
You did?
Yes.
Why?
yeah, but
'Cause
this
I'm
is
gonna
also
wait
the guy
this-
who's essential personnel too. So
Yeah, I'm gonna rape the system.
you're
Everybody else does.
you're
Look at all these motherfuckers on
good.
welfare
You're-
just pumping out kids one after another to collect more and more.
You're doing an online show. That's being
Yes.
broadcast right
Yes, I
now.
am doing an online show. Rape the fucking system.
If you would please keep these comments to Webboy and Webboy Associates.
These comments about
Point
the
all the things
my
at
mouth
him.
are not the opinions of the rest of
I
the
don't know.
8-bit bros.
Can
They are the
anybody see me
opinions
online, or you just you guys
No,
can see
no,
me?
you're in the void speaking.
I'm in the void.
No, he's not.
Yeah, no, no. I see him, you see him, Ren sees him, J7 sees him, but no, the internet is keeping you safe right now. It's only a vocal track that they get for you.
Oh yeah. But no, John. Yes, you can apply subcontractor, self-employed.
Even though Webb's all willing to go ahead and throw your full government out there and just get you
No, I'm just gonna.
get you all the right programs.
I'm just gonna tell him the facts. If you are self-employed, subcontracted, you are now, for the first time ever, entitled to 4 months of unemployment at max rate.
Hey, Ren.
Sign up,
Hey, bro.
shit, John. I did.
That comment was just as the link was posted from Facebook in the chat.
Oh no,
I need to go find it.
no, not from Facebook in the chat.
What was posted from Facebook in the chat?
The comment that I sent over to Ren so he could read the comment.
Oh.
It was
Hey, Pip Bros, right?
one for him.
Yeah, it was strictly for me.
That's
Was
okay.
it-
I don't see it over Neighbor Bros. But yes, John, for the first time in the fucking history of the United States, if you are a subcontractor, a LLC, a partnership, you're entitled to unemployment at max benefits for the next 4 months.
Someone is commenting extensively, so you'll have to scroll back.
Yeah, there it is.
Not only
I got it.
yeah, there was a brief moment where there was like other people.
But John, as of April 3rd, as a small business owner, you can apply for a loan from the government. And as long as you have one employee, which I recommend if you don't fucking put one on the books right now, because I did. I certainly did.
You should have already had more than one, but
Doesn't matter. All you got to do is put one on the books as of today, yesterday, tomorrow, and any loan from the small business fund that they put out there, which I believe is $350 billion, you can collect on that and not pay tax on it and not pay the loan back as long as you don't fire your fake employee.
Well, you eventually have to pay the loan back.
No, you don't. This is the beauty. You don't. For people like us who are self-employed, can't claim anything, can't afford health care because that shit's through the fucking roof as a self-employed 409 KIOSEP employee, you can now rape the system for unemployment, small business loans, and the next phase, which could be infrastructure. Oh, wait, which applies to us, John.
Can you
Because
stop
we're
saying
infrastructure people.
rape the system? I
Rape the system. Rape it like the fucking welfare bitches do. If I could have a kid right now to...
I don't know. They'll find a reason
Good,
not to
good
give it
call.
to me.
Appreciate that.
What?
No, thank you.
He doesn't even know he's muted, does he?
Yeah, no, I don't think it.
he does now that you said it. But
Oh, I didn't think about it. He's rambling on.
No, he has no idea.
He has no idea.
Oh man,
okay,
That's
Great.
too funny.
this is wonderful.
That's too funny.
not yet. Whoa.
Oh, where'd Ren go?
Where did Ren go?
Still no idea.
Oh.
No, on
You removed me call.
on Skype, your own window.
Yeah, I'm.
There
well
it
aware.
is. Yeah, I'm well aware. Okay. All right. So Son says so it's bad lip sync with web time.
No, I'm gonna fucking boot him again. Keep doing it. Go ahead. Do it again.
Why are you booting him?
Go ahead. Do it again.
How do you know it's me?
It says right there in the fucking top of the screen who's doing it.
Oh, okay.
It's right there.
Oh, now that may have been somebody other. I
It's okay. It's fine. I can play that game too. In case you don't understand how Skype works, Ren, it says it right there. It's right there, top of the screen. Top of the screen, bro. Look. See, look. It says it right there. It says it right there.
I've got a weird blur in your image.
In mine? Are we done playing this game now?
Sure.
Are we done?
Oh.
Apparently not. Yeah, you see what showed up in the image, right?
Prick. I love it.
That's actually going to the feed too, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
God damn it.
Yes, Sown. Yes, Sown. Shot time. Yes. Yep. Somebody
Your background's muted, bro.
stop fucking muting me.
No, your background is blurred.
But because you fucking dropped me off the call how many times?
Well, what does that have to do with your background being blurred? I come back, my background's not blurred.
Wow, that didn't fix it either. I wonder if it's because of the Bubble Boy thing.
Fuck you and your Bubble Boy thing.
Oh, it is the Bubble Boy thing. Look at that.
All right, gentlemen and lady. Let's put a bow on this.
Okay.
Well, thanks for inviting me in, boys.
Yeah, John, what's going on your end of the woods over there?
Nothing. I'm just hibernating.
Are you at home or are you in the studio?
Oh, he's in the
He's in
studio.
the office.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look at that. He's in the office.
There's no difference between me being home and here. I drive from here. I come here, I'm alone. I drive home, I'm alone. I drive back here, I'm alone. So I might as well be alone here where I'm more comfortable working.
Yeah, me and John had that conversation when I stopped in to pick up a few things from the office to make sure we could do what it is we needed to do here. And we had the conversation of, how the fuck are you? What the fuck are you doing? And he was like, yeah, I'm just fucking chilling here because what's the difference between here and home? And I looked at him and I was like, right? There is no much of a difference between.
Well, yeah,
here
but
and
if
home.
we start adding you and Jay, and then it becomes a difference.
No, fuck that. Tuesday.
No.
Comedy
Have fun.
Studios. That's where I'm broadcasting from. Fuck that. I'm not doing it.
Okay, but John said as long as he can stay in his office and still give us this cam, sure, Webb, do whatever you want to do.
As long as he turns it the other way, I'm good with that.
Why does he have to turn it the other way?
He's talking about you in your portrait mode.
Turn it landscape.
Like that?
Yeah, but that don't work once you connect. You got to start it that way. It don't work once you're connected. It don't switch. It don't switch. That's the problem. It don't.
Yeah, unfortunately, Skype won't auto-rotate on your phone all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, it don't switch. But yeah, Tuesday, I'm fucking out of here. I'm going back to the studio to do a show. Even if I'm by myself, I don't give a shit. I need to get out of the house.
Well, make sure
I'm
you...
in the high risk category, so don't bring me nothing.
The rest of the world will understand this. Memorial Day.
I was like, dear God.
Yeah, because he's apathetic and he's stir crazy and he can't be at home anymore.
Fun with your barbecues, bitches. Labor Day is going to be, no, excuse me, once again, Memorial Day will be the disaster of this country.
What?
Yes,
Well,
you
this is
laugh.
he's putting on the apocalyptic cue.
May 24th.
That's what he's telling you.
The day
He is willing to put on the gasoline drawers and help watch the world burn.
Yes, yes. May
Put on the
24th,
gasoline drawers. Okay.
Memorial Day. Look, it's real. Look,
Memorial Day is May 25th, not May 24th. Let's give accurate information here.
I was off by what, a whole whopping 2 hours. Okay. The point being is
Well, one's a Saturday, one's a Sunday.
It's
It's a day that ends in Y in your world. It's cool.
It's an hour, depending on what fucking clock you work
My
on.
mental state's gonna be by the end of May.
That's the
honestly.
point. That is my point. The mental state of people come the end of May, especially those people who are accustomed to having, which is what, like 90% of the fucking world, a party on Memorial Day.
Remember
That's the day.
Remember,
shit
remember,
is going to
remember,
hit the
remember
fan.
when people used to get together and do things? Remember when?
Right.
Remember when sports were live on TV at all
Yeah.
their facilities?
Right.
Remember berries. Member berries.
Member.
Remember.
Day.
Member concerts.
That is the reason why Major League Baseball wanted to start back up Memorial Day weekend. That is the reason why hockey and the NBA wanted to figure out how to make it happen for Memorial Day weekend. I'm not talking out of my ass, people. This is the truth. These are what the leagues wanted to do. If shit isn't figured out in a roundabout time, the world is going to go nuts.
Yeah, but you're sitting here talking about shit being figured out. It's up to us, the people, to figure the shit out. It's not up to anybody else but the society to figure shit out.
See, that's the point. You just said it. Let's bring it back 2 hours ago. Where is fucking North Carolina? Where is Virginia? Where is fucking Montana? None of those states are on lockdown. It's like, oh,
well, North Carolina is, and
you find, yes, you just did, but last week it was what? Oh, those counties are locking down. That's a good idea. Like that asshole in Florida or the fucking idiot in Nevada. Lock the fuck down.
Or even further back than that, when me and J7 were like, so maybe we should start to bunker. And y'all were like, no, let's do this.
If you remember the last show, which was what? Thursday? What did we say? What did I say? What did we say?
Oh,
You lock the fucking country down for 3 to 4 weeks, this shit would be over here. Shut down the borders, let nobody in, let our people heal 4 weeks maximum, and we're good.
I don't think with the staging of this and with asymptomatic cases that is accurate.
Well, you got assholes like me who want
so you're
get
the
in
worst
car.
person to be advocating for this.
Look, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not fucking asymptomatic. I haven't really been exposed to anything.
Wait, hold on. You know that?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't know that.
You
for
know
No,
you're
he doesn't know that. His
asymptomatic?
girlfriend was exposed to a coworker at work, so he's exposed.
Nope. Turns out wasn't a coworker at work. Her son, who she never came in contact with, and then they locked her down.
I thought you said it was her.
No, it wasn't her. No, it wasn't her. That was misinformation on my part through the babe. It was her son who tested positive but had no contact with the mother, and the office panicked, which is fine. That's what you do. This is a pandemic. Pandemic. Yeah.
Wait,
that's what we
hold
do.
on. Say China.
Oh, wait, do you want me to bring that video up? Where?
Oh no, I don't want you to bring the video up
China?
because it's your opportunity to make a joke at another joke.
China?
Mine was literally going. So now I'm supposed to just take your word.
No, it was
You fed me misinformation
it-
and gathered me all to your point before.
it was
Let's
misinformation.
get this straight. I'm in the high risk category. Don't come ruin my sanctuary.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh no, he's coming
Yeah,
there apparently
you know,
next Tuesday.
Yeah, I was gonna say next Tuesday you might not want to be there.
Yeah, next Tuesday you might want to stay home. Jeff.
Yeah. Yeah, you. What's the difference between
because he's
being
an
there and being
apathetic
at
fuck
home?
who don't give a fuck.
Webb's not gonna be at your house.
Well, hey, look. I don't want to fuck
And when
you
you
up.
come back,
but
make
the
sure
man-
you disinfect everything because
the
he's
man-
gonna have his gross hands all over everything.
Look, the man just came off of like a whole sort of heart shit. You can check out his special
I love
right
it,
there
son.
on the fucking New Media Comedy channel on Amazon. Not dead yet. It's close. Had a heart attack. The whole nine. It was close.
Closer if Webb
Yeah.
goes and sees him at fucking New Media Comedy Studios, but
No, maybe we should hook up on the phone to make sure you're not there, man. I don't want to fuck you up because I know you're close, but not dead yet.
That's Jim's special.
I
My special's living large. Jim's special's not dead yet.
all right. You know what? The two years are fucking gonna be. Never mind. I'm not. No, not gonna say it. Not gonna.
Oh, come on, finish that sentence. The two
No.
of you are going to be dead? Is that where you were going?
Nope. 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 I'm a
Apathetic fuck.
Nope. Fuck your couch.
You
Fuck
are
you.
apathetic. Shut your mouth.
Why? Because I want to.
Because you're stir crazy and you can't stand being in your own fucking domicile. You need to get out. That's why.
He also doesn't like being told what he can and cannot do.
Exactly.
Right. I don't want to be told what I can and can't do. And I'm sorry, I bought a fucking race car to drive, and now I have a license. I'm driving it. Fuck you. Fuck your couch. I will drive by your house and breathe through your window.
And officially terroristic threats over the internet.
Right.
People get arrested for saying that.
Like, no,
what do we got?
literally
What-
right
what
now,
does he
Webb, that
get
is
himself in?
kind of the crazier shit you could say.
Yeah, he's implicating himself in like tax
I don't
evasion.
have to worry about him coming here by Wednesday or Tuesday.
Tuesday.
No, probably not.
He's gonna be in the Who's Gowie.
Yeah.
Fuck your couch. All y'all. Fuck your couch.
He's gonna be incarcerated.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably by Saturday at
Your
2 p.m.
back just in time to get arrested for being a terrorist.
I will not disagree with you, Ren. Timing may be an issue.
4 p.m.
4 p.m. 4 p.m. at the
Possible.
Delaware border. At the Delaware border, yes. Turnpike, Delaware border. 4 p.m.
All right, let's wrap this up. I'm out.
Yeah, because remember, I got to go to motor vehicle first. Hey, Pit Bros. Where are we? Tuesday?
Yeah,
Check it out
Tuesday.
Thursday for, I don't know, what? Day 17? Oh, day 17 for us. For poor Thump, it's only like day 3. He's got to play catch up.
It's day one.
Well, today's day 1, right?
Yes.
Day one for who?
Me.
Thump. Today's day 1 for Thump of his quarantine.
Greensboro got locked down a couple of days ago, so technically for me it is probably about day 3, but for my state, I'll represent North Carolina. It's day 1.
Day 1, North Carolina. Day fucking whatever misery it is for New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut. J7 in the house tonight. Thank you, girl, as always, for being here. John Good in the house. You can check him out all over Amazon or Twitch or no, not Twitch. Instagram, New Media Comedy Studios, Jim and Drino. Thank you for
I'm trying to teach John enough that maybe you might see him on Twitch in the next week or so.
Right?
Yeah, actually, Thumb, man, I really appreciate that. I haven't used it yet, but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Well, no, I told you there was a lot that you needed to be able to set up to get to the point to be able to go live. So I didn't expect you to be able to immediately get right into it. There's a lot from that to get to.
I'm gonna have to rate the podcast room, I think.
Kevin Goatee in the house tonight. We want to thank Kevin Goatee with his shows all across fucking every social media, whether it be comics watching comics, gutting the sacred cow, fucking football jibber jabber. 8-Bit Bros. Thursday. We will see you Thursday. Episode what? 17?
Yeah.
Bye.
Lock in 17. I'm going to take you out with the unusual extra tonight. Peace.
858,785 confirmed cases.
Is this just allergies? Caught in a lockdown, no escape from the family. Don't touch your eyes, just hand sanitize quickly. I'm just a poor boy, no job security, cause I'll easy spread, even though I wash my hands.